Love and light collective, much love and light to you. All right, you guys. Tonight's going to be a little bit different and hopefully a lot of bit interesting in a good way, not a bad way, but like, yeesh. Okay, so you guys know that we're talking love tonight, right? And I've got 3 piles, not too many cards, okay? And I can tell you, I don't want to say which pile, right? But you might want to stick around if you know that you've been trying to figure out why shit feels like oil versus water. Why shit isn't sticking the way it should or working out the way it should, okay? Um, and there's a couple of explanations depending on who all I'm addressing and reading for, all right? Depending on whom all ever I picked up on energetically. Love and light, strictly business. Oh, Jay, love and light, okay? Welcome in, you guys. So yeah, 3 piles tonight, you guys. Pile number 1, we've got the Lover's card energy coming out, okay? Pile number 2, what's this one say? This is the Queen of Cups energy here, all right? In pile number 3, you got 2 cards, 2 markers, 2 indicators, all right? The first one that came out, the Gamer, and the second, the Foodie, all right? So we were talking about, for pile number 3, somebody that, you know, I mean, the collective member may resonate with this, but I already know what the cards say at this juncture, and we're talking about somebody who really understands how to take. That's for sure. Just saying, okay. And that's no tea, no shade against anybody gaming. Shoot, I, you know, in my own ways, I gets it in a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying that. And same deal on the food, duh, right? But I'm just saying, right? So if you know you've been trying to figure out why you've been trying to figure out some shit and still have not figured it out regarding, again, you guys, a lovers type of situation connection here. And I really do want to say situation and connection here, okay? For pile number 3, especially with that gamer foodie vibes, right? Just saying, okay? So let's get to it so we can let people get up in here, all right? And enjoy some of the vibes before they even what question they want to ask. How about that? All right. Now, pile number 1. All right. Somebody here might be bougie. You know, I'm not mad at this. I don't hate on this because, you know, a lot of people just don't understand value and self valuation and the power of properly valuing self and properly doing that self valuation type of work, okay? You know, they can call you bougie if that's what that means. Okay, and well and good on you. Thank you next, right? Because where's the problem, right? I'm not getting that somebody here connecting to pile number 1. It was such a sweet, beautiful pile, like a pile that, you know, I would like to know more about, you know, truthfully. So if this resonates and you would like to know some more, all right, hit your girl up for a personal, I don't mind, all right? Y'all know I don't mind giving away the freebies left and right, but just saying, you know, there's other items on the menu, and if you're not aware of that, check that description box, all right? And get you a session booked, all right? But yeah, somebody could be calling collective member bougie, but could be same type of cup of tea on the other side of the fence here with a guy, girl, what have you, for this connection, for this couple, all right? Now, there could be some significance to you guys. I finally found a way to work it in. All right, got a lot going on behind the scenes. All right, a lot of change, transition, and moving and shaking. All right. So hopefully you appreciate my efforts at even trying to like get this in. But pile number 1, you guys, with this lovers card energy, there could be some significance to you know, somebody feeling like they found their queen or king, as it were. Take the energy and the you know, genders, the pronouns as they may resonate here, okay? Whether guy, girl, what have you. There could be some significance to that movie coming, coming to America, as well as the song, okay? And there could be some significance, speaking of the song, to um, the name Bobby, but I also have Randolph as well as Mortimer. on some of these other cards here. And what I can see from this person is, whether the energy might be flip-flopped, mirrored, or, however it resonates here. I'm just getting that this person on the other side of this connection here for pile number one, not necessarily the collective member, but shoot, I'm not restricting the collective member at all either. I'm just trying to tell you what I get energetically from the cards for pile number one here, is that you're talking about somebody who you know and love and claims to know and love you too, of course, okay, or had claimed. Because some of you, you're not talking in current energies. There is a heavy aspected energy of separation for some connected to pile number one, not all. And I say it that way because you guys know pile number one or not, okay, whatever the pile is, still very much a general collective message, and you've got to utilize your intuition to sift through what's in from one pile to the next, regardless of the number, to make it make sense for you what's going on here or what may not be going on here, right? Whether now, in the past, or in the future regarding this connection. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, there could be some significance, of course, to the name Akeem. That was one of the major characters in Coming to America. All right, and lastly, there could be some significance to this person, maybe you know them to mop floors somewhere at like Mickey D's or some shit, and like that's a job, you know what I mean? Good on you that you're doing what needs to be done to feed yourself and others, I also see with the evidence of homelessness coming through on one of the cards, this could be somebody that really is literally self-made. Like, it's like, no, I know. This makes me think, I don't know why there's like such heavy significance to the 80s, but this makes me think of this character that Burger King had cast in a series of commercials. His name was Calvin. And I don't know if he was actually, maybe he was connected to that old show 227 with Jack A. Harris as well. There could be some significance to these iconic actresses. There could be some significance to the industry actor, actresses, models, right? But somebody here is like self-made. It's like, no, I know back then when, like Calvin was working at Burger King. Could be some significance to burger joints because we went from Mickey D's to the King. I don't know. I don't do those things anymore, thankfully. But anyway, I digress. So this person is not a slack. Okay, this person is somebody that knows how to discipline themselves, knows how to get shit done. And I gather this is somebody something because my nose is doing that freaking thing where I kind of want to bop it off my face. Forgive me. I don't, wish I could find a way around that really, but the truth shall prevail, of course, on this channel. So there is that. And you've got angelic realm assistance on this. Okay, this is high level hierarchy type of spiritual soulmate here, whether you want to say twin flame or not. Doesn't have to be, you don't have to label it, right? But the divine understands that it's of a certain caliber. There's something coming through about like the valuation, the worthiness, the understanding of maybe this person, though, is great at like making a legacy for like boardroom vibes and hell, maybe even bedroom vibes too, when it came to actually understanding like, no, you're worthy of like having this maintained between collective member and this person, or however it resonated. Maybe both were freaking out, like, seems and feels and smells too good to be true, kind of thing, It's like self-sabotage. My guides are giving me the Nine of Swords card. It's like somebody got up in their head and just shit up, right? And talk about Fafo, right? And so we're talking from one pile to the next. I forgot to make mention, you guys, anyone wondering, trying to figure out the person on your mind, should you Fafo with them or not? And you got to ask every now and again, because you got to figure out, hey, are we repeating cycles here? Are the cycles great? Because if we're repeating them, somebody's missing something. That's why we're repeating them, right? And that's why some people can get into and out of connections that feel like the same damn connection. It's like, how is this same spirit in this different vessel? And that could be a thing too, but that's for a different rabbit hole and a different day and a different session. I digress. But this destiny encounter card with this angelic code, literally an angel number, literally a master angel number, the angel number. Okay, look at those angel numbers. They really do help round out the messages, and they allow for you to keep further you know, in tune with what is going on beyond what your eyes can see. I know that doesn't make sense, but I'm speaking straight facts for those that know. And if you know, you might want to continue to Fafo so you can work some of these spiritual laws and principles to assist yourselves and, of course, others, right? Sometimes just assisting yourselves, collective, helps so many people because they see you like struggling through your lessons and oh, so that's how you could avoid hitting the left knee when you put this table and chair set together. You know, like you just never know. Okay. Um, and so, you know, you can take and make that understanding, or dare I say ideation, of what I just spoke about, and make that feel like a blessing or a curse. It's literally up to you. I mean, because really, just like anything else there, if you're looking for the good, you can find some. And if you're looking for the bad, you don't have to look far, probably. You know what I mean? What are you focusing on? What are you cultivating? What are you tolerating? What are you celebrating? You know, what are you being um you know, in the energy of putting your best foot forward about? What are you asking the angels and archangels for assistance regarding? Okay, and are you? Because you should be, because that is like birthright energy 101. Like, yes, you get to ask for help, right? The other day I was trying to freaking um like seal up these freaking vacuum seal bags, which are great and everything, but you know, after like the third or fourth bag, you know, you're like, okay, I'm trying to line up the stupid little thingies to put them in so that they melt together before you can even get to the suction part with a vacuum cleaner, right? And I was losing steam, not gonna lie, and I asked for help, you know, almost like within the snap of the fingers. Everything was fine, the bags were seamlessly going together, you know. Ask for help, you guys. I could have used my free will to sit there and stand there and, you know, toss and turn around with the bag a few more, you know, times or minutes, however you want to say. But should I choose that? I'm not going to advise that anybody, myself included, should choose a struggle. Okay? Right? Like, we're in our soft era. We are worthy. And see, there's some value, there's that word again, in knowing that. Because unless and until you know what you're worthy of, you kind of start bending down for crumbs and being super, uber grateful for crumbs and dust. And you know what's in that dust? Dust mites and things. It's just, it gets really, it gives you the ick when you know your worth. And this is not to say that, oh, the collective and anyone collective knows and meets and rubs elbows with can't get their elbows and hands dirty and can't exert elbow grease and can't, you know, that's not true. Like, it's just about balance. You know, should you overly struggle? Never. I wish I could sit here and tell you you never have to struggle, but that's also not the case, because why? Balance, yin yang, dark light, ebb and flow, creation, life force, energy. All right, it's all kind of saying the same thing there. Once you know that, it's kind of hard not to see that and then operate out of it, though. See, there's that like positive side. All right, you can get stuck in the reality of some situations, especially when it feels like you're the only one that sees and hears and knows and understands and peeps, right? But you're not the only one under the sun, right? So stop boxing yourself in there, whoever that is for, okay? That may not be connected upon number one. I don't know what my phone in the stand is doing. Hopefully you guys can still hear me. This is annoying. I don't like this. Hold on one second. But with change must come transition, right? We are in the liminal space, all right? Coming out of closing out cycles and allowing that dust to kind of fall where it's gonna maybe fall, right? And continuing on, entering into the new, pushing past any kind of veil energy that might be about that new space, that new life. Perhaps you might say new identity, okay? Big stuff, new earth, right? Conscious based. So continue to check in, all right? But this person definitely is a yes, okay? You guys started out with the Lovers card energy here, pile number one. Now here's where it got a little interesting. All right, let's see. We've got the numbers 32 and 10. Wow, that's a lot of fives. When you break it down, that's a lot of change. You only need one five to talk about complete life-altering, life-shattering, you might say, type of change. This is very cataclysmic energy, all right? And referable to, you wondering, should you Fafo with this person? Should you, it's not in the sense of like, should I give up on this person? Yes or no? Because there is a separation energy, but it's almost like if I can offer you confirmation that this is your person, then that in spite of the separation, you understand that this is your person and that there is some spiritual fortitude behind this connection, whether you have that in a tangible and physical way in the 3D. Can we still say 3D at this point? Type of realm energy. Um, but here's a cinch. Some of you are mirroring, okay, you're checking on each other. You are, sometimes, I don't want to say that. Anywho, and there could be obviously divination involved, but I mean on both sides. And I kind of want to say that because I don't know, upon number one, if you know this person to actually be like, hey, let me read the cards. Maybe they do since we're talking about it, but I'm really getting that this person could be like paying for readings, going to certain individuals, maybe in their family that read, like they're like literally trying to almost investigate, probably just the same, should they Fafo with you, okay? For those that resonate with that separation energy, okay? And somebody here could be having an identity crisis. Okay, and I'm getting this really shouldn't be the collective member. I'm just saying. I mean, it's not a contest, but I think maybe this is talking about the masculine version, all right, versus the feminine version of energies and balancing things out. Okay, sometimes you can have a very feminine masculine and a very masculine feminine. Sorry, you guys. This is so like off-putting. Why? And so there could be something actually connecting to sexual orientation and preference, on one or more sides here. Doesn't have to be the case, but this could also again talk back to that like self-worth. Like, okay, I'm worthy now, right? Was that a question? Or were you worthy? Who's to say you're worthy but you? And you're asking the question, or are you telling everyone in the universe that you're worthy? What are you saying? Right? And so there might be a bit of practice. I'm hearing rinse, lather, and repeat. Okay. Wounding, right? You can look at them. It's not necessarily one night that you get it all fixed back up there, right? You scrape a knee, okay, whether you're a child or an adult, whatever, right? It's not necessarily an overnight process that the skin scab and knit and clear back up. Makes sense, all right? So there is that, okay? Yeah, time for emotional healing. I just looked down. It says dead dingoes donga. All right. Time for emotional healing. So this person, maybe you're saying like, well, where the hell, like the cards are saying all of these synchronicities, the angel numbers, the freaking angels come and they tell me, like kind of thing, right? You could be with this bougie energy. This could be collective member just well known in the spiritual community. Like the archangels understand that they've got an appointment because you are, like this. You could be highly ranked too. Like it's like, where is so and so with the car? Like, where's the chariot coming in here? Right, with this yes, okay, and this yes card. All right, the yes for pile number one in answer to should you Fafo with this person, right? Or should you, maybe I should more aptly state the question, should you expect to Fafo ever again with this person, right? It says, don't be afraid to enjoy yourself right now, a period of happiness. And this is really talking about the sun card energy from the tarot deck. It's not really a tarot, it's like an oracle situation deck, right? But hear me out. Don't be afraid to enjoy yourself right now. Do you necessarily have this person in your arms right now? No. And so what are you still supposed to be doing? And here's the kicker. You can't really have this connection actually get and stay off the ground in rightful, proper balance Okay, it doesn't even matter if it's with this person or anyone else that you can find under the sun or in the water, under a rock, under a tree. Just saying, you get it, right? If you don't know how to do that for you with you, and what was that again? Enjoy yourself. Nobody ever will exist to make you happy, right? People exist and they make people happy all the time. I get that. As far as like divine right, role, and agenda and like normalcy, there is no one on this earth, whether they came out of you, whether you sleep with them, whether they make you food, okay, that exists to make you happy, simply and solely and first. All right. Just like many of us in the collective, okay, to be clear, you found this channel, you're most likely, I'm gonna make sure I don't word curse any of us, and I'm gonna say you're most likely an ex people pleaser, right? So you know how loving it is to make sure that you're making choices that give you things like boundaries so that you're not overstepping them as well as others. Things like, let's no longer tolerate crumbs. Let's no longer overgive. Let's no longer reward bad behavior. Let's no longer teach other people how to mistreat us or that we're willing to be. Right? So you can't be the one that turns right around and goes, oh, hey, lover boy. Right? And expecting that this person come in and just be at your beck and call to be like, are you happy? How about now? Are you happy? Uh-huh, you like that? Would you like more? Like this person, love isn't really a service. PSA. Okay? It's not. It's a choice. It's not even necessarily a feeling. It is a choice. All right? Yes, there are acts of love that come out of that choice. And therefore there are aspects of servitude. And that can be well and good as long as, again, it's inside the realm of balance. So there's something coming through about, maybe you guys both need to remember, hey, let me not overgive. Let me not break my back for this person. Even though this is my person. See what I mean? There's got to be health there so that the connection can be sustained. Because ain't no way you guys found number one just saying, I'll leave you with this. All right, I'll get off of it. Ain't no way you got cards of divinity with literally the angelic code coming out for this connection, literally for this connection, right? And y'all can just hang on to each other, toxic as fuck, and ungrounded, outside of the realm of balance. Like, ain't no way. The same angels that protect this shit, okay, will come and it out too. You know what I'm saying? Will bench both of y'all and sit you like where you're going to land, kind of thing, right? And you know that, many of you, because that's why you're in the separation. It already happened. Okay. But again, take heed, take heart. This connection stands. Okay. And just make sure you're not getting in the way of yourself as well as this connection. And really what I mean by that is watch the mental space, watch what you're believing, watch what you're feeding, and watch that subconscious aspect to your mental energy as well. All right, but I'm gonna ring the bell, you guys, for the freebies. That's what I have for pile number one. In the meantime, you guys, I'm going to check the chart placements and initials deck. All right. And see what we got for pile number one. I'm looking for it. Again, it was the dark. Love and Light Brooklyn. Wait, who else is in here? Love and Light Teresa Horton. Love and Light Country. Love and Light Jay. Love and Light Omar. Love and Light Anna. Love and Light Squibbly. Said bad and bougie. Bad and bougie. Buddy. Brooklyn the God. Love and Light. And I'm not exactly sure how you want me to help you, babe, but I'm here for the freebies on the live stream. Love and light to you, of course. I see what you said there. I just don't know what to say about it because I would need more details. Okay, let's see here. So, Let me get this out for pile number 1 before I forget, because I almost went into it. My bad. Hold on. Let's see here. Close out pile number 1. Easy peasy. All right. All right. We've got. Wait, no, they're telling me. Hold on. I'm trying to rush it. They're like, nah. Hold on. Let me not half-ass the reading. Right. Right. Okay, we've got Aries at the bottom of the deck. We've got Capricorn energy, Gemini, whether on the part of you, collective member, or this person. We've got Leo as well for chart placements. Why so many freaking initials? Help. All right. Let me see what this spells out too. We've got S. We've got X. We got J. We got W. We got V. I don't think this is spelling anything. We got U, but they're telling me no, it's the O. All right. Damn. We got C and an L stuck to the C. I'm like, is there something stuck to the L? No. And Z. Wow, that was a weird. Nothing spelling out of that except for so. So and maybe somebody feels like that. It's like, yeah, separation. Yeah, coming back. So you're tired of hearing it. I get that. It's like, oh, when will. Oh well. Right. In the infamous words of Tyler Tarot, who gives a fuck? No, is that what he's. Oh no, not a fuck. Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit? That's what he says. Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit? Sometimes that's a good tick to have, man. I swear. when you try to get up in your head and you just go, who gives a shit? Thank you next. All right, so that's what I have for pile number 1. Let's get to the freebies, because I know y'all are like, ugh, when will love stop babbling and give me my tarot reading? Here we go. All right. Who's hanging out with the Sag this weekend? Will it be country? Love and light paper bag, bro. How you living? It's Saturday night, you guys. You feeling alive or what? I don't know. I'm on the fence. I had a long day. I had a long day before that. A long day. So. Ooh, is it obsession? Is it obsession? Is it giving choose you, come hell or high water, to make sure shit shakes so that we see each other? Pretty sure that's what it's getting, country. Hanging out with the Sag. Teresa, you already asked me this question, so now I have questions, and it goes like this. Why don't you remember that you asked the question? Also, how many other readers are you asking the question? Also, why are you still freaking out about that whenever I answered the question and gave you a very explicit, very free reading that you could have wound back, right? And just played over and over again till you got out of your head about that. Right. We already talked about this last live stream that you came on. And I went hard for you, and I don't want to do it again in the sense of repeating, because at this point I'm thinking, why don't you remember that? And also, why are you asking? You guys, if you're going to be in the mindset of going on to the internet and asking from one reader to the next over and over and over and over again these same questions, I need you to know you're just creating some sort of glitch in your own matrix, as it were. I would advise against it. I don't want people to do that, because it's not pretty. It's giving, I don't know, like your panties boxer bunch up, they stay bunched up, might start sweating kind of thing, maybe can't sleep, like it gets bad. I don't want you guys to do that, and I don't want to be part of it. Does that make sense? That's me loving you guys. If I didn't give a fuck about anybody, I'd be like, yeah, let's do it. Ooh, hope it says you're gonna get in trouble. Like, and I'm not on that. So, probably pick a different question and stop freaking out. I already told you were fine. But and the thing is, you guys, I go so hard for these free tarot messages. I'm starting to question why. Because why do I remember that we talked about that? And it's not even my life. And I don't remember every tarot message that I give. There's no way. Right? I don't mind coming on to read cards for you guys, but it has to make sense. And I'm not here to help people just glitch out any more than they already have in life. And when you realize you're making that choice, that's up to you. That's anybody that even claims to be a healer cannot help you without you doing your own work. Like, that's just point blank, period. Doing the work never looks like, let me ask a tarot reader, and then let me ask another tarot reader, and then let me ask a tarot reader, and then let me ask another tarot reader, and then let me ask the same tarot reader. And then that's not doing the work. I don't care what it's about. It could be money, pregnancy, love, incarceration. I don't care what it's about. That's not doing the work. And I'm not here for that. I'm not here to abuse tarot or any means of, aspects of spirituality, or if you want to say divination. Not my timeline, not my cup of tea, not my agenda. All right. And I'm not sorry about that, because everyone else should be sitting at this table with me going, that tracks, checks, ashe. Right? Otherwise, what are we doing here, you guys? Or why would you listen to anything that I'm saying? And also then on top of it, make me question if you ever were. I don't want that for you, and I don't want it for me. Right? So then now the only choice is to do better from this point. And it starts with a choice. It starts with making choices like checking in. Hey, did I ever ask that same question? Or am I just knowing that I'm asking the question and I'm freaking out? And then even if you find out that, oh, you're just freaking out, who cares who it is? I mean, thank you for coming on the live stream, Teresa, right? I'm still addressing you, but anybody, any of us, myself included, can understand this, right? We've all been there. I'm not judging anyone, but at the same time, I'm not going to foster, like, if somebody came to me literally delusional and be like, yeah, that's so great, you're delusional, right? I'd be like, whoa, your crown's over here, straighten that shit so you can continue to do life and not freak out and glitch. Make sense? Okay. Also, if you receive a tarot message, right? Especially if you're asking me for one, it would make sense that you would trust me. And I already answered the question, and I went hard. I was like, okay, here's the thing. Like, I wasn't just like, yes, no, I recall. So why am I doing that if it doesn't make any difference? And then I'm expected to do it again, you guys. Like, it just make it make sense. I'm questioning. I'm not even mad. I'm questioning because something's not, I don't know. Maybe it's something that I need to change about the channel. Because energetically, that's not a match. I'd like to know why, so that there's a resolution. You guys either believe, right, that you're backed by divinity, you're on the good side of karma because you're making choices that make sense and you're doing the work, or everybody's going to know, and it's going to show. It's going to show in the way you speak. It's going to show in the way you live. It's going to show in the way that you do most anything. And that's just the long and short of the truth that we talk about all the time on this channel. All right? You're very welcome, country. All right? I love you too, Jay. Stay safe. All right? And, I love each and every one of my collective members. You too, Teresa Horton. Right? I don't have any anger, confirmation. But at the same time, I'm not here to guide you into glitching out. Does that make sense? If somebody came to me crying, right, I wouldn't be like, good for you that you're just crying. I hope you cry for 27 more days. Crying can be healthy. I'm not against crying, right? I would never sit there and be in my right mind going, I hope you cry for 27 more freaking days. Like, what, right? So if I find somebody crying for like 27 days, right, I'm going to say something. That's the type of person that I am, right? I'm going to love you through it too, up until you let me know you're not down with doing anything beyond glitching out. And that would be sad. I hope that wouldn't be you, Teresa. But again, it goes back to your choice. I can't even do anything about it. I can't. I could never. Only thing I can do is guide you and, try my best to put my own best feet forward where I'm going in hopes that, you become inspired enough to do your own work. That's what this all is about. And it's not about me. We're all doing that in our own ways. We're doing it together, even right now, you guys. When we show up and we have some of these harder conversations, we look at some of this ugly, some of this bad, and some of this good, because it's all kind of the same thing. Ooh, right? Really no room to judge. So please don't feel judged, Teresa, or anyone ever, okay, when we're having some of these conversations. They are healing and they are necessary. All right. But at the same time, what's not necessary is choosing to make choices that continue to hurt us, right? You put your hand on the hot stove, what? More than one time? Hopefully not. Okay. If you did, it was a choice and you made that choice up until you chose another choice. Just inviting you guys to choose other choices when you realize some of the choices that you've been stuck in or choosing, however you want to say, are not good enough for you. That's where I come in and I go, can confirm, right? And ask you to continue to do the work so you're not just barely surviving out there and barely surviving in here. Mental health is wealth, you guys. All right. It's not just about just the physical. You know how many people can walk around? I mean, you want to, I don't even want to name names. People can walk around in some of the most beautiful vessels. And the shit they got going on just beneath that skin surface ain't nothing good. If anything, there at all. Noteworthy. Right? So you can't, balance in all things. I'm not saying walk around and don't give a fuck about your appearance, right? But you guys got to do this inside work too. You can't just come to a tarot reader and be like, "How about now?" Right? And don't do God like that either, or source, or universe, however you need the tag words to come out my face right now. Because you know what, you guys, I've been meditating on this. I know how it feels to just be picked at. Hey, can you do this for me now? Can I have this from you now? Hey, when are you gonna blah 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 so I can get this from you? And I'm telling you, it doesn't feel good. Day in, day out. Don't do that to divinity. Talking about, I didn't have room or time for you until I know I needed something. Where are you, God? Don't be that one neither, right? And guess what? Just like anything else, you can't fast track just anything. That damn sure includes healing. So of course you should never be in the mindset of thinking my whole entire lifestyle can just be go into the clown's mouth whenever I need or want something from divine forces, from divinity, from God, from goddess, from source, from the universe. Because that is going to teach you some other lessons that you're going to be telling the universe in that kind of action, in that kind of energy, in that kind of mindset and mentality that you're signing up for. And they're not necessarily the easiest of lessons or pretty. I don't think they're designed that way because, what you give is what you get. So if you're trying to half-ass every little aspect of this thing we call life, and dare I more aptly state ascension, you're not going to go where you're thinking you're going. And that's why I bring it up, because I want everybody here to make it to wherever and wherever they're going in their best foot forward momentum, as well as their highest vibrational outcome. There's no problem in that. The problem becomes when people think that it's okay to selfishly serve their own needs as well as others, inclusive of the needs of divinity. Okay, energetic exchange is real. You're not ever going to God without God ever not using you. Does that make sense? Therein lies the energetic exchange. The energetic exchange was inside of creation as an action, even before you were in your mother's womb. Do you understand that? So, really be mindful, okay? If that's you that need to be a little bit more mindful about some of these things, because otherwise I don't know that this is an energetic match for, what we're doing here on this channel, and it's going to show. And that's not me saying, hey, I'm trying to call anybody out. Again, I'm loving everybody through this, so we all can. It's not an ultimatum. It's just energy. I hope that makes sense. It's just, I'm just trying to be very matter of factual about it, because I'm not emotional at all about it. Okay, I don't need to be. And it's not that I don't care. Again, still very much loving you through this, Teresa Wharton, and anyone else who also maybe perhaps felt like that made sense or resonated to some degree. Okay, and I get it, we've all been there, myself included, just saying. All right, but you guys, we can't be spinning about. There's too much going on. There's too much of a shift going on, a split, if you will. And you're either doing this work and believing and receiving the word that is released through the channeling on this channel, or not. And you guys, it's going to show. And I don't know how to get that any clearer across for the collective, but I also don't have a way to change that. So don't come for me, if that makes sense. Okay, because shoot, I feel like saying girl, guy, me too. Like, I literally, there's still times where, I am really trying to make sure that I'm not like cheating myself. It's like, okay, I can get this task done, but like, should I, like, these are the decisions I've been making lately. It's like, should I actually do this task to get it done? Right? Who cares what the task is, right? And knowing I have all these other tasks to do and I've got deadlines, right? It's like, or should I do this task a little bit like down the line on my to-do list, where the environment's different, where my energy level might be different, and then really factoring in like what makes the most sense and what makes things the most seamless, and excuse me, what makes it an easier flow for me. And here's the kicker, you guys. In current energies, you really have to check in, check again, because you cannot really go off of patterning anymore. It's almost like right now, at the beginning stages of, this new earth and the dust settling kind of effect, right? The Schumann resonance and all of these aspects of like quantum physics taking place, etc., etc. It seems like it's a really set patterning. And I feel like that's the cheat code. Go with the flow. But you would have to be tapped in. You'd have to be aware. You'd have to be doing the work. You'd have to be serious about this walk. You can't just be the one that goes, I see a good tarot reader when I see one. I'm going to ask them. That's not what any tarot reader should be for. And they should tell you that. If they're really appointed in any form, and it's not a contest, I'm just letting you know very succinctly what I know. And that's what I always do to the best of my ability on this channel. And that's what I always do when I give you your free tarot messages. So it just is what it is, you guys see me trying to blot my nose off my face because I'm speaking truth. And there's no way around that. All right, so we got to go through it. All right. Love and light, Fiona. Love and light, India. All right, so hopefully everyone feels loved up. I did my best to make sure that, because, I'm the type of person, if you are like maybe unaware, right? I'm gonna be like, hey, let me assist you with being aware. So now that you're aware, you're more power filled. You are empowered. All right. Never meant to break anyone down. Okay, I'm trying to lift you up, because what I don't want to see when I look from one person to the next in this collective and in this world is struggle. I know it well. All right, we're gonna get on to pile number 2, you guys. I will again ring the bell. Okay. But pile number 2 is the Queen of Cups energy. And Queen of Cups from the tarot is normally speaking of a feminine energy. Okay, whether guy, girl, what have you, we're still talking energy. Very tapped in. This is somebody that does the work. This is somebody that, maybe feels like they're still in certain aspects trusting their intuition, but they are very much led by it. Whether the awareness of that like actually is in proper measure, okay, because I feel like I'm picking up on this feminine energy where she understands she has gifts, giftings, and she understands she operates out of many of them, but I don't know if you know all of them that you have, and I also don't know if you are, maybe fighting imposter syndrome to some degree. It's like, well, it can't be that tapped in kind of thing. It's like, yes, you are, right? Now, there could be some significance heavily to cats and dogs. Dogs, especially, canine energy came through in a couple come throughs for pile number 2. Okay. There's also some significance perhaps to roller skates, as well as rain. But with this raining cats and dogs energy, I just got that, oh, that's why, as far as whether or not you should Fafo with this person, we initially got a maybe. Ooh. Stagnation energy, heartbreak energy, competition, mayhaps, third party. All right. You could have been left out in the cold on the strength of, could be some significance to a blondie, but there's damn sure some significance to somebody having, maybe both of you have dogs, or somebody has more than one dog. Doesn't have to be the case. Um, But along with the raining cats and dogs and roller skate energy, we had the wealth trap and targeted blame come out. Okay. Could be some significance to the energy of 22, as well as there's that 10. Okay. You guys know only 1 5 is needed to indicate life changing, life altering energy, right? Somebody here is disgruntled, pissed. Okay. It says targeted blame, public scrutiny causes you to question your worth and motives. Facing public opinion challenges your resilience and resolve. And the wealth trap energy says, or excuse me, card says treasure draws near and pursuit ends in ruin. Reassess priorities and step back from greed. Excuse me, step back from greed's edge. So as far as fulfilling with this person, with this emperor, okay, could be guy, girl, what have you, but this emperor energy really talks to a masculine energy. Could be somebody that is a father or some type of authority figure. Could be somebody that is older than you. It could be like, how if this were the Kipper deck, it'd be like mature man, perhaps, right? Maybe you've heard that before. But ultimately, your answer stands as no here, collective, for pile number 2. It says grow and understand yourself better. Look closely, check, don't assume. Okay, so there could have been some significance where you thought you were, no longer in a third party. And it's like, nope, that party, then a party, right? And so, maybe you were unaware of this in certain aspects, obviously with the moon card being connected to this no energy here, really giving lesson learned. Okay. And a big part of your lesson was to learn not to treat everybody the way that you can treat yourself, right? And what that means is, again, with the Queen of Cups coming out for pile number 2, you're connected to you, you're connected to source, right? You're connected to the cosmos, you're connected, tapped in, right? So you know things. It's almost like maybe perhaps in certain ways you can get away with assuming certain things, but not all right? It's not always safe to assume. You know what they say about making an ass out of yourself and maybe even other individuals when you do that, right? Now you're in this kind of outcome, right? Whether you want to say, okay, you found out that you weren't picked, you were picked over, All right. You found out that ultimately this person did not regard you as anything beyond an option, or ultimately, regardless of whether or not they did believe that, you no longer remained on top, obviously, because you're in this type of, you know, not even third wheel energy. You're like, it's like you've been cast aside, like, never mind, Betty, right? And so we also have a couple cards here pulled from some other deck, and it says, why so serious, droopy dog? Find your joy. Okay. So, you know, you can't, you know, whether you got a dog or not to help you through this. Whoa. Hold on, you guys. So annoying. Forgive. Um, you know, whether you got a dog or a familiar of sorts to help you through this or not, you can't stay stuck there. This is not a birthright energy. And this is what I mean, you guys. This is a pictorial representation of glitching out. I'm not saying that Betty or whoever the hell this is, that her feelings aren't valid. It's just that, so how many times do you want to feel the feelings and then, but then what? Like you would, so you would feel them. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Feel them. I'm not saying don't feel them. And then what though? Like, so you're just, you know what I'm saying? Because there's got to be a then what, especially if you're ever going to get to joy. Does that make sense? All right, you can't stay stuck. Yeah, look, it says pull your head in. 33, holy shit. So upon over to you guys, you got some big wigs in the spiritual community. And I'm not talking in these lower rungs. I'm talking about ascended master-ish, okay? 33. Often stated to be the number connecting to both Yeshua as well as Buddha, okay? And so we've got this pull your head in, and the card states, show more compassion and gratitude, right? This ain't about for the mofo, okay? This is about, you know, perhaps this familiar, but damn sure you, okay? Pull your head into you. You have the Queen of Cups energy, right? Identifying you, outing you, as it were. Maybe you've got a little bit of an issue with spiritual boundaries. And what I mean by that is, you know, maybe you are free flowing a little bit too much here, such to the point where you're channeling all the time. There's some aspect of like, you don't realize like how much you are fucking like just swimming in the cosmos, or just, you know, ruffling through the, or rifling through the Akashic records just over and over and over again. Just, you know, this would be like, could you imagine if somebody were so ungrounded that they just astral projected and did not know, weren't even ready themselves, and they just kept doing it. And so, you know, there could be other individuals around going, yeah, I was talking to you about, you know, make an appointment next Thursday, and next thing you know, the body just goes just goes limp, like, fuck, I didn't mean to zip out like that, man. My bad. Can I get that pen for the clipboard? Like, you know, it would be kind of chaotic and shit, right? So obviously grounding and being inside of the realm of balance is necessary. And so you damn sure have to do your cleansing, clearing work, okay? You can't just be stuck and then what? And then, like, I still have questions, and then what? Said Betty, right? Like, then what, Betty? Okay? And so, you know, maybe if this is you and you know you've got this beautiful cinnamon bear teddy dog here, right? You know, take them for a walk, help them, love them, interact, right? If you're looking for love and interaction, there you go, right? How are you going to ever, you guys, you could have 59,000 cats, right? And, you know, maybe you do know and love them all, right? I'm not coming for you on that one. But all I'm saying is, if you had 59,000 cats, and especially if you didn't know and love them all and interact with them all and like actually all take care of them, ain't no way you're ready for an actual real connection with a human being or a hybrid or, you know, whatever, right? Just saying, there's no way you would be ready because you're already half-assing what you got. Okay, there's something coming through about just making sure you are like checked in. This person wanted you anyways, okay, for your money, your status, your wealth, your strategy, your mind, right? Up until they didn't, and it was all well and good to just walk away. So see how it feels to cast your pearls before swine, or the guy, girl, what have you. And it's not about sex, and it's not even about sexual orientation. It's not about race or creed. It is about the vibrational frequency of whether or not somebody is actually able to be for you versus against you, whether or not somebody is actually able to be a team player or a backstabber. Okay, and you've got to be grounded enough to understand what the fuck is going on and who you're dealing with and when, where, and why. Okay, but at the same time, with that balance, you guys, and I know I feel like this, I feel personally like this reading's all over the place for pile number 2, you guys. I'm just in the energy. At the same time, you got to balance your serious side out with the childlike wonderment that very much exists within any Queen of Cups energy, whether guy, girl, what have you, as a vessel. Just saying. Okay, you guys, tap in, balance it out, do the work, and you're going to be just fine. And whatever hits you took along the way and whatever lessons you learned, okay, you're going to get back what you've lost and then some. Okay, especially if you are doing this work and learning the lesson and keeping yourselves grounded. Okay, maybe the roller skates and the cats and dogs is just really coming out to describe your energy on the strength of what has happened through this connection, and you damn sure don't need any more of that. No more casting pearls before swine, and just, you know, cut your losses and move on, because as you move on, I don't know about the other individual here, but as you move on, you're going to be fine, right? You're going to, it's making me think of, oh my gosh, I cannot think of that content creator's name. And, you know, I don't mean to be offensive, but I know he's like of the Asian culture, and he does these like mobility things. Like, it's like, if you can, you know, bend your arm around your waist and then, you know, kick up your third knuckle, you know, and then like whatever it is. And then he's like, you'll be fine. Like, that's, so I just heard him like, you'll be fine, right? You're going to be fine. Maybe somebody watches that guy. I cannot think of the guy's name. I would definitely shout him out. But anyways, he's a pretty cool content creator. Maybe somebody here is a content creator as well. Especially with the Queen of Cups energy, of course, you're going to be a creator and a damn creative creator, if I do say so myself. Just the same, okay? All right, I love you guys. Pawn number 2, you got this. Just keep going and not with that mofo, okay? I'm going to ring the bell again for anyone still interested in a free tarot message, okay? I didn't mean to have anyone feel like they shouldn't ask a question. I just want everything to be high quality because that's our life now. Remember? That's all. Okay. Whether your name's Betty or not. Thank you, Fiona, for your help. You're doing an awesome job as usual. Thank you so much. All right, so pile number 2, let's see what we get for chart placements. Whether, again, it's on the part of this person on your mind that you damn sure should not be faffling anymore with, okay? Right, lesson learned, right? Now that you know, you can't really be acting like you don't know. Does that make sense? Okay. All right. All right, so we've got Leo and Cancer. All right. What else? We've got Sagittarius. We've got Taurus. What else? We've got initials, whether first, middle, or last for pile number 2. 1 second. Okay. Almost messed up pile number 3. I'm like, hold on. It can't be. This person got another family anyway, for some of you. All right, pile number 2. It says leadership within families and relationships, fairness and personal responsibility. So this person could have had a wife and then chose the wife. You know what I mean? Keep it a keeper. That's what they say. That's another mentality to get rid of. But, you know, a lot of people still saying that, apparently, if they're not coming back. But anyways, we've got R. We've got A. Maybe somebody is an A and R. Doesn't have to be. Oh my gosh, we've got G, we've got H. This is getting arg. Somebody, I'm telling you, somebody is mad. Hold on, because that makes me think, what's that one card? I went right to it. Look, ARGH. Oh, well, hold on. Where's the H? I promise it's here. AR, right? GH. It's giving ARG, right? It's giving this mofo's face. Targeted blame. So this person could have tried to like scapegoat you. Like it's like, oh no, 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 no. I'm not a cheater. Like, oh no, 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 no. You wanted. Like you was just bent over before I even said hello. Man, the audacity. I couldn't help but touch. It's like one of them church pimps or some shit. Okay, here we go. We got TM. Maybe somebody's trademarking some shit. Maybe somebody's name is Tammy. Could be some significance about a hat. Somebody could be an Aries chart placement with that Ram energy I'm looking at. All right, so that's what I have for pile number 2, you guys. Let's see if we have any freebies. No, we're good. Okay, pile number 3. Short and sweet tonight, you guys, as promised. All right, so pile number 3, we've got the foodie and the gamer. All right. Whoo, boy. See, I know what's up before y'all do on this one. All right. And so this one feels like it's not, I mean, obviously from one pile to the next, general collective message, but this one feels like it's not everybody's everything, right? It is a quiet night. I got in here a little late anyways, and that's okay, because you know what? Listen, I can't get around it. We're not for everyone, you guys. That's why when we go outside, we don't have 23 million friends. That's why when we have deep conversations, a lot of people don't know how to feel their skin on the other side of it, apparently. It's like, you know, not for everyone. High vibes are not for everyone on Earth. Go figure. We've got this got your nose, and right here I was like, oh, hold on. What kind of ski sesh? Wait, what? Somebody's numb. Right? Makes me think of that. I can't feel my face when I'm with you, but I love it. And it's getting toxic. Yeah, that's what that is. Okay. Just can't even. I was watching King of Queens reruns, and Carrie, the well, I want to say like the daughter, because she was talking to her dad, but she's, you know, Doug and Carrie on the King of Queens. But her dad, okay, was like living in the basement in this era of the timeline of the episodes of the show. What the hell did he ask her? He asked, Carrie comes home from work, and her dad like busts out of the basement, asks her some stupid question like about something, right? And he's like all like emphatic and like jazzed up about it, like this should happen, like I'm making the request. And without skipping a beat, Carrie just goes, quote, well, her character goes, Dad, I just can't give you a bigger no. And so here we go. Spirit saying, I just can't give you a bigger no on whether or not you should Fafo with number 3 people. I say people, plural, because it's still general collective message. All right, we're going to get into it though. But damn it, let's just cut to the chase. All right. As the card states, fuck above, fuck below, fuck within. And collective, you need to center yourself. Can't get around it. All right. If you're, this is giving, for those people of color that can say that can say and will say the N word, okay, it's given that sentiment. Okay. This is giving a moocher. This is giving low vibes. This is giving a energetic vampire, right? Love and light positive there. And yeah, so pump the brakes. Watch out for risk-taking behaviors with this one, with this connection. Really, to have the connection is already a risk-taking behavior. And Spirit saying, don't let lust override your judgment. This person can maybe, you know, if you enjoy having your, you know, a salad and it being tossed about, you know, maybe they get that dressing on there just right and every stuff. Is it worth it? I need you to know, in spite of the feeling, the fact is, hell no, it's not worth it. You've got to, again, like pile number 2 here, cut your losses. This brake energy, stop. It's giving pump the brakes, pretty self-explanatory there. It says momentum builds unchecked and oversight risks escalate. Apply conscious pause and recalibrate, right? Which this fuck above, fuck below, talk about celebrate, celebrate. Center yourself, okay, to recalibrate direction with clarity. All right, so there's something about the justice of peace coming through as well. I don't know if you are like on your way to the justice of peace, if there's like an appointed time and do not go there for that person. Do not go there with that person. And really the no card is the devil card energy. It's like, did you, so that's not even the card that says fuck above, fuck below, fuck within. You know what I'm saying? Like, pretty self-explanatory. And then if that ain't enough for you, here we go. We are going to get the chart placements and the initials, you guys, just to be as clear as possible. But the first card out here, black holes suck. Don't let darkness hold you back. This person is coming out as literally darkness, the devil, like literally. Okay, yeah, they don't want that. And then if that isn't bad enough, right? Sometimes you guys, when cards come out in the reverse, regardless of whether they're an oracle card or a tarot card, right, it can really mean some really bad, or maybe I should say severe, or like high, like, how do I say that? It can just mean that the energy is magnified of whatever the card's talking about. Cards are talking about it's a shit show. Okay, so that's what you'd be signing up for with this person to continue the connection. Fucked above, fucked below. To get fucked is not good enough for this. This is giving. It's like, is okay. So you want a few minutes of pleasure for your life, for your livelihood, for your mental health, for your physical health, even, right? Now, and then on top of it, this person is a motherfucking narcissist. There is some connection to the Fae, all right? That could be where you feel the lusty ties that bind kind of thing. This could be a karmic individual from multiple timelines for you, however it makes sense to say that, just saying. All right? But so what of it? Like, the answer is no. You should no longer Fafo. All right, this person needs to be given a clear boundary line that, you know, you and your guides confirm they cannot cross. Okay, don't let them take from you. Don't let them gain from you. Don't feed them. Okay, in any way, shape, or form. Because some of you guys aren't necessarily baking bread in the oven and shit, but they're feeding off of your energy, and that's how they got the new job, and that's how they got the new bag, and that's how they found that new lover. Like, I'm just saying, you guys, it's a thing. So, you know, you have to have your energetic boundaries. I don't know if pound number 2 and pound number 3, there could be a little bit of, woven energy there for the collective. Because it seems like similar coursework, similar like intended focus, and it has to do with balance, boundaries, and the health of the situation. Whether the situation is literally just in your mental space, whether the situation is outside of you because of your mental space. And I say it that way lovingly, okay? Because here's the thing, you guys, ain't no way you're gonna have people around you that are just always, always, never, never for you, and you validly understand that you're worthy of that, and just day in, day out, week in, week out, year in, year out, no one ever outside of you changes to a better trajectory, in the sense that you're having a more beautiful path, you're having a more pleasant experience, you've got deeper connections. There should be progressive change in your timeline, in your mental space, in your physical vessel. And it takes a lot of discipline and a lot of perseverance and a lot of being serious as well as silly in balance. That's the long and the short from pound number 1, quite frankly, to pound number 3 for tonight's session, you guys. And the messages stand. I hope that, they resonated for you. I hope you got something out of it. I understand that some aspects of tonight's session and the conversations therein could feel triggering. That's just your system, your personal experience, your spiritual guidance team as well, asking you to continue. All right, there's no giving up at this. All right, I mean, you have a choice to thwart the good stuff that you're about to enter into for doing the work, right? I'm not here to advise you to do that. And that's why, again, you see the numbers. I'm not here for everyone. I'm not here to lie. I'm not here to, blow smoke up people's anything. Okay. I'm here to be obedient to the divine. Of course, that includes Holy Spirit, God, as it were, Source. Okay. And not much else. Okay, because I'm no, I'm no fool to what it means to operate as a people pleaser. And on top of that, I've done the work to the point where I understand how that is toxic and not loving towards myself. And that balance is needed. Okay. Once you guys learn those really like foundational boundaries, principles, however you want to say, and you hold on, keywords, and you start operating out of them with consistency, right? That's when you get to the changes where people actually are supportive of you, and your expectations start matching your worth and your value, and vice versa, and everything, including the universe, all right, starts to fall in line with that, because you are co-creating that experience by doing the freaking work. You guys, ain't no way you're going to be a collective member of this channel and not do the work. We would notice, and then we'd love you through that to the point where you either did the work or you walk away, because again, not for everyone. And if you thought it was just going to be the case that it would be such an experience you'd experience in your everyday lives, collective members, and not through this channel, you got another thing coming, because it's all connected. All right, that's why we talk about our everyday lives on this channel. All right, so okay, let's see who's asking questions. All right, so let's see here. Positive Bear, if you're still here. All right. Oop. Hold on. I'm being guided to shuffle. 1 second. Energy's been weird tonight, because I had to do this before I came on as well. I usually, go with the flow, right? Energy is very fluid, so it makes sense. All right, so I don't think it's going to be the first try, Positive Bear. I gotta know this. I saw this Page of Swords come out. Excuse me. I saw this Page of Swords highlighted to me by Spirit. It did not come out in the deck, so I shuffled. It came out. The bottom of the deck is the Chariot, so I'm like, please clarify what's incoming, right? We've got the Hierophant and that double card energy coming out again, indicating no. But with the Hierophant and the Chariot talking about change, I do believe that it just is indicating that it's not the first try. Okay? Right. All right, so that's what I have for positive. Doug faked a heart attack, and Carrie, oh my god, she was about to kill him. One time, but you know what I've been looking at? I'm like, Carrie is a narcissist. Carrie at least has narcissistic tendencies, because her father is a narcissist. Like, there are strong narcissistic traits, and I started to become a little unnerved, because I was like, okay, so we can watch these things and laugh at them, but are they being normalized? Because I know what it's like, you guys. Not that this is about me, but I just wonder some things, only because I've been in situations and dynamics in my own family. And of course, connecting back to my mother, where it was laughed at. Like, I was severely, like, I was verbally maimed. And it was just like, as if it was on the TV, but it was like my life, and it was my mom, and it was uncalled for. Like, I didn't ask to be, you know, didn't necessarily even know it was coming, but also it wasn't like, you know, a situation of like, oh, some teenagers just being an asshole, just be an asshole, and then had to be like checked. It was like, no, you're just checked because you're there, kind of thing, depending on the day and the year. And so I'm like, I don't know. Sometimes I wonder, like, okay, so is this just out there? Or like, another show comes to mind is George Lopez, like the one show. I think he had a couple shows, and like his mom on there, and it's like you can't knock him. I guess that's, loosely based around the character, like the people, the essences of, of course, George Lopez playing himself, and then the woman cast as his mother. So who am I to say, like, no, mommy doesn't get any airtime? But at the same time, I just wonder, like, I just wonder how balanced media is viewed, and how balanced it's even coached to be viewed. Because I feel like I don't want to say too much, but I'm sorry that he was verbally like that. I know that, oh, couldn't even get it out. I know that, um, like, both have remorse and regrets about that. But at the same time, it just is what it is, because I'm also mature enough to understand, like, here's the thing. I needed to be, for anyone who can get the Dune reference, right? Tim Chalamet's character, or even in the original one, which I didn't really see that. So, was expected day in, day out to watch these like film strips, and like, and I am like that. I do live like that. I learn all the time. Like, I learn, I get intuitive downloads about what to learn, or I just find myself learning it. I want to learn. Like, I really do try to live by learn something new every day. Because could you imagine if you stopped learning? What would you do? It's getting back to that, that one card with Betty here. It's like, and though, Betty, like, get the fuck up and do something else. Like, shower, like, eat a meal, like, do something. So I'm not unmindful that, like, there are certain catalysts and experiences that train us, and now I'm able to relate to some people that maybe I've never even met before. So I'm not a victim, right? But at the same time, I don't think that victimization should be glorified in any way, shape, or form. you know that'd be like, it'd be like, could you imagine a world where, you drive by, or you walk by, or on the bus, and you see, a group of kids ganging up on, little Johnny, and little Johnny's being bullied, and, there's tears streaming down and snot everywhere and everything because of this, these bullying tactics and everything. And everyone else just like drives by, rides by, walks by, and they do, like, the bully on The Simpsons. Like, it just keep going, like Nelson. Like, it's like, no, that's, you know, so I just feel like, I just wonder, I just have questions. Like, hey, do people look at that in balance? It's like, yeah, it's funny in the time as a comedy show because you're not living it, you don't have to go through it, and it's not real. But at the same time, I've always been one of those people, even inside of my own family, where I go, you know what? Just because you, like, I literally had to tell my mom this before, like, mom, just because you want to say that you're just like that, and basically, like, you're just trying to get me to agree that, like, that's just how you should be, I will never agree to that. I literally told her, because I'd be making a covenant that goes like, I'm agreeing to toxicity, and I don't want that. I don't want toxicity for you, and I don't want toxicity for me, and I don't want toxicity for my family or this household. Like, so I've never been the type that goes, you want to be an asshole, you want to half-ass your life, you want to be this, that, and the third, that's toxic and not healthy. right? And on top of it affects others around you, I'm not standing for that. Like I would not, I wouldn't want anyone to look at me in that energy going, good on ya. Gosh, can't wait to see you in 3 years. Like, it would be bad. That would be bad. It would be toxic. Toxic is bad, right? It's a great song, Brittany, and every stuff, but you know, you see the origins of some of that stuff, and it's literally what? Toxic, you know? And so when you kind of are met with people that are really kind of like giving you like the patterns, you can't be the one that goes, oh, I don't identify them, when you can't get around them, you can't unsee them, right? And so, you know, self-regulation, self-checking in is also very necessary, you guys, to do the maintenance. Otherwise, how do you know? How do you know how you're feeling when you didn't ask yourself? You didn't even check. You didn't even get still and shut the fuck up for 2 seconds to find out, right? You didn't even breathe in deep. You half-assed the breath, you know? So you guys, watch how you're treating yourself, because you can't be the one that's half-assing you the most and then run and go complain because Jeffrey, Leroy, and Gerald are half-assing you. Why would they not, honey, when you're doing it first and you're doing it the best? Right? Okay. So if you work harder, listen, Positive Bear, again, stick with what you know you don't know and learn that right now. That's what you know you don't know. Okay? That's how you dumb it down. Like, if I know this, I know I can understand it to make sense of it in the context, regardless of how the question's posed to me. But these things I don't feel good about, start there. Okay? You've been doing it this long, you're breaking through. I mean, breaking through towards your destined path never really seems like lying on a lazy river on a float or a raft with a gentle breeze. I'm sorry, it's really a lot of toil and labor, discipline, self-coaching, right? Maybe even crying out to God kind of thing, right? To self-regulate and ask the angels, right? Help me with my feelings. I don't want to feel this way. I'm overwhelmed right now. I don't want this overwhelm. It is not for me. It is not my portion. I am not worthy of this overwhelm. I am not deserving. I am not tolerating this overwhelm, right? Plug in what makes sense for you, you guys. You know, maybe it's loneliness for some, okay? And maybe for those fasting out there, it might be hungriness. I am not, I do not accept this hunger, right? You guys, you can test this out if you get a little bit hungry, right? Even if you're not fasting, right? If you get a little bit hungry and you want to test out the theory of what we talk about all the time, like which wolf are you feeding, right? Sit there for like, I don't know, like 2 minutes and feel into that hunger and think about how hungry you are. Watch it grow. But at the same time, you know, you could take even 1 minute and sit there and think about, oh, I understand my body's telling me I'm hungry. I can understand that. And moving past that now, because you know, I really do enjoy the hue in the sky. Man, that's a pretty blue today. It's almost silvery. You know, all right, right. What are you focusing on? Because whatever you focus, you feed. So when you feed some shit you don't want to focus on, chances are what you don't want to focus on kind of recedes into the background. Whether it goes away altogether or not, right? Depends on what all we're talking about. But you guys can baby step start there, okay? Doing some of this work so you understand what the hell we're talking about a lot more, okay, when we're having these talks. I'm not in a mindset where I believe that any collective member can't get this, okay? I very much am rooting for you, okay? You can ask the divine about that. I dare you, all right? I'm not against anyone connected to this channel. I'm damn sure not against anyone connected to the collective who are doing the work, who actively participate. You come on, you ask some of the harder questions, you listen to the rest of the conversation that we have to talk about some of the harder questions, right? You learn and you grow your soul. No problem here, right? I can't tell you it's never going to be triggering or messy, right? But I'm telling you what we're doing, and it's straight facts. You can cross reference it. Check the other videos. Hell, share them. I double dare you. I'm looking to get the messages out. They're free. It costs no money. But it will cost you something if you are taking from this channel and never giving back. And I'm not talking money. Okay? It is just really the dumbed down version of at least two of the spiritual laws and principles that we're all prey and privy to, whether we have awareness of that or not. I'm trying my damnedest to bring the awareness to you all, but I can't force you guys to do the work. I'm just letting you know that you can't force me to not see if and when you're not doing the work, because it just is what it is, right? So that's for all of us, though. None of us get around going through some of these storms, going through some of these death and rebirth processes, going through some of these birthing pains. It's part of the experience that you already signed up for. That's how you're still here. Okay? That's how you're still alive. And many of us know, according to logic, that shouldn't be the case. So again, take this serious, because the divine takes you serious enough to allow for you to even receive this message. That's not about me, okay? That is the channeling. That is the truth. You either find your gratitude and you grow it, all right, so that you lighten your path and you know each baby step or giant leap that you are capable, not only capable, but that you are co-creating the experience, and that your part in that does matter. The divine needs you, just like we talk all the time. We need the divine, right? Just like we've been templated to understand, we need the divine. It is always an energetic exchange. You can't go to anyone, whether they're divine or not. And that's why I caution you what all you're ingesting online, all right? Especially in the tarot community, the same, okay? But you can't go to anyone and ask them for anything and have them address you and respond to you without there being a literal energetic exchange. So be mindful of who and what all you're energetically exchanging with, especially in them sheets. Okay? Just saying, take yourself seriously enough, okay, to Fafo on that one. See how special and how divinely backed and protected that you are. Okay? Not a doom and gloom message, but it is a message of encouragement, to empower yourselves enough and to allow yourselves to be, okay, by doing your part, so that you reap the rewards and benefits. Otherwise you might get a lot more frustrated than you've already ever been and had experience to be, and validly so, at this thing called life. Nobody wants that, nobody needs that, and it's not pleasant. Okay, so we're not tolerating that. Does that make sense? I hope somebody's getting that. Okay. Love my potato. You can check the description box if you'd like to order a personal reading. If you are just asking for a free yes, no, you may pop that in, because we are hopping off. All right, been at this well over an hour. And please subscribe to the channel. All right, you guys, don't ask me for free tarot messages and not follow along those live stream rules. Mayat law is very much well underway for this channel, and I need you to know I'm loving and lighting you guys when I say that and when I remind you of that, because I am not able to like play God in the sense of even attempting to, let alone successfully completing a mission that goes, let me get in the way of karma. I get it's not a thing for me. Maybe you could do it. All right, but not a thing from I'd let you know. You know what I'm saying? And the crazy thing is, your girl tried the Fafo. Speaking of Fafo tonight, you guys, tried several times with several different people. Ugh, I almost want to say stupidly, right? To get in the way and to pray it away. It ain't This time around, you guys, especially right now in these literal and spiritual streets, ain't no praying debt away. There's no, you're not gonna, I don't, you know, and it doesn't matter the connection. You ain't gonna get in the way of that karma. All right, just saying. So, Potato, you are not even checking the description box, let alone the chat box for the live stream rules. And I can tell because of the way that you are not following them. Okay, I'm not coming for you. I just want you guys, I just want to know, you guys, like, aside from Potato, just in general, what am I doing wrong about asking for the live stream rules to be like, I'm trying to make it clearer because I don't want to go on these tangents, and I don't even want to talk about anybody not following the live stream rules, because everybody just should. And they're not even super, like, it's not even like, hey, write this dissertation for 39 minutes to figure out if you can get a free yes no from me. I'm not exactly sure how to be clear on that. And I really want to be, because I just, you know, I don't want to like dread coming on here because I have to have conversations like, hey, could you like respect me and pay attention, and could you give back? And that's not about you, Potato. Just been a theme here that I just really trying to be solution oriented about. Because it's like the solution can't just be, well, don't come on and don't give free ratings, right? And the solution can't just be me like every third minute going, please and thank you, check the live stream rules. And they're put in your face. And I don't know where the glitch is. I don't know. Maybe it's like maybe sometimes it might be a language barrier. I don't know. And Potato, I need you to know, babe, that's not, please don't, you know, I'm not even mad right now, you guys. I'm just trying to figure this shit out because it's annoying and it takes away from what I do come on to do. And I also don't want people to feel like they're not able to get a reading, but I also don't want to just turn this whole thing into a puppet show. I don't know. Or I'm just bleeding out onto the live stream. So that would be bad, right? But so Potato, you can place your question in, you know, I'm not saying you can't. But please do so according to the live stream rules. I really do want everybody that's coming on here, especially consistently, but also in general, asking me for tarot messages to be subscribed to this channel. And I do want everyone to be supportive of at least the freaking video that you're currently asking me for your free tarot messages from. So that would be at least liking, okay, the video and hitting that bell notification to all, because YouTube's just going to be like personalized, which means you're not going to see when I come on here. And you guys want to see when I come on here my understanding so you can get the free yes no messages, right? Even though I'm giving you also free messages on top of it that hopefully resonate, right? So it seems like it should work well and good and easily enough, but at the same time I'm still having questions and people are still not following along. We've got a wonderful moderator, Fiona. She's just on point with it. There's just no, I don't understand where it's not. So if anyone can enlighten me, because I'd rather be enlightened than frustrated, if that makes sense, so that I can fix this shit, because it's getting old. It's like, okay, like 1 + 1 is not 13. It's not. You could check. And so the life stream rules, you know. Yeah, so the live stream rules state the way that you would ask the question, Potato, and the way that you would form the question as well. But I appreciate you very much subscribing. And again, this is not just about Potato. And it's not even about calling anyone out, because I don't even have it in my heart to be like, it's so and so and so and so. I don't even know. It's been so many, right? It's been so many individuals. And the crazy thing is, there's certain individuals that have been part of the collective for months and years, and they're still doing it. I'm like, what is going on? Like, what is going on? And why is that happening? I really need to, because then it's like, okay, aside from that, then I just have to rip away the free yes no messages so that I don't have to talk about live stream roles, so nobody has to follow them. Jesus, really, you guys? Is that what? Really? Is that the solution? I just want a solution, you know? Love and light, Sophie. Carl, you do not have to be sorry about anything. Nobody has to be sorry about anything here. What are we talking about? I'm just processing some things and you just came in. That's all. I'm like, I'm doing great. I had some long days. Like, I'm doing great. And I just really just am inviting more chances for solutions, universe, for some simple AF shit. So interesting, but solution nonetheless. Hold on. I gotta figure this out because it's just interesting because like there's such a thing as like, I don't know, like airport terminals, and like people make it to their flights and things and they follow along the fine print even in some of those kind of instructions, and still here we are. Like I don't. So interesting. All right, here we go. I threw half the deck on the floor, so my bad, Sophie. I do need a hug. Like, I need several hugs, and I'm so worthy and deserving of them at the same time. So thank you for noticing, Fiona. I am doing so great. We're all doing great, I'm sure, because if I'm doing great, so is the collective. Makes sense. All right. Okay, let me see here. All right, let me get Potato, because Potato was technically first in line. We just had to discuss. I love how, like, I'm still, like, trying to figure out a solution, and no one else has one either. That's so interesting. So it's not just me, right? Like, it's not me, like, glitching out and missing out on some obvious, like, aspect to the solution. That's so interesting. Because you guys got nothing either, right? It's not just me. Maybe it's the formatting. Like, should I have, like, arrows or... Like, I know it's a paragraph, so people are probably like, yeah, fuck your paragraph. Just give me the fucking tarot. And it's like, but then I'm the asshole if I go, fuck you. You don't get a fucking tarot message because you can't even, like, then I sound like an asshole, look like an asshole, and I'm in the action of an asshole, and I don't want to be an asshole. Contrary to popular belief, it's never really been my MO. I would like a solution, please. I would like a solution. All right. So here's what I have. Positive. I said positive potato. I gotta go. I don't know where I would go, but I gotta go somewhere. Here we go. Potato. Here we go. In my defense, we have another collective member called Positive Bear on, like, their handle or their name or whatever, right? So my bad. Okay. But also be more positive, because that's kind of what's going on. You're just in your head, because everybody else is like pretty chill, and like, it's like, if you got a station, if you got a post, like, everybody's like, yeah, you got it, Potato. Nobody's going, oh, Potato, like, really has that kind of thing, right? You need the balance in the mental space. It's interesting because we don't have any sword, which really is the suit out of tarot that talks about the mental space. But either way, walk away from this level of imbalance so that you can just be in, like, the pentacle space where everything, this is a lot of money, but It's also a lot of like stability, right? Outside of the realm of imbalance, okay? So that's what I got for potato, who I'd like to call positive potato now. That'd be cute merch, right? Like everybody just has a positive potato shirt. Like googly eyes on the front. Like positive potato. All right, I'm losing it. Okay, here we go. Let's see if Nanny's is going to get a job in the next 2 months. All right, here's the sitch. Nannies, get out of the crappy energy with the uncertainty, right? Go within to center. You could also benefit from tonight's messages somewhere in the piles, whether 1, 2, or 3, probably 2 or 3 to be clear from tonight. Because the reality of the situation is you are blessed. You are walking towards more blessings. The last blessing that you know you already experienced is not the last blessing, whether financially or not. Okay. And there's some aspect to, just continuing to fill out whatever online. Continue to look for whatever job postings online, whatever makes sense for you. Because when I get this Page of Swords energy like that, it's just giving online for me. I understand it feels like a tower moment right now. Here's the sitch. Right under that tower is success, okay? And right now, you've got to go through what you're going through. Why? Because you're going to come out on the other side successful and able to handle the success, able to handle the workload, able to handle the money. All right? That's what I got for you. Catchy name, right? Positive potato. I have a positive pickle. It's like this little figurine thingy. I have it packed up now, though, so I can't share, but see, that's the thing, Fiona. I swear I did something when I went in and I tried to like make Jay a moderator again somehow, and I couldn't do that. And then like I explained to Jay why that was, and now Jay's got to check the account. That was where we left that. But also I went in and there's something where it's like when you come on, it's supposed to go like I could have said anything. Like I could have said, no, I know what it is. I said something else because it doesn't give you the amount of space for characters long enough to even dumb down the rules. Like it's not doable so that when people enter into the chat, and guess what? Even if they did, it's right at the beginning. So it's not like it stays there for people to reference. And even if it stayed there for people to reference, people would have to read every word, and you can't make them. So it's like, okay, I don't understand why people are so quick to ask for some shit when they're not willing to like receive it. That's the thing. And I energetically don't want to match to some fuck shit. I'm so tired of fuck shit, you guys, energetically, physically. Like, I don't want to be, like, I want to be treated nice. And I want to be treated the way that I treat people. And, like, I want an even exchange. And I'm not wrong for that. And I'm not a selfish person. And what I ask for you guys is not selfish. I promise. And I'm talking about it not because I'm trying to like self-soothe myself or like give myself confirmation or even validation. I think that you guys need to see what it's like to actually be persistent with your boundaries and to know that they don't always have to be boundaries connected to sex or boundaries connected to certain types of services. It's just about the way you feel during the interaction, during the exchange. Again, you cannot get around the energetic exchange. Someone's either giving and or taking. And you really need to come to the timeline where you're only accepting the giving and taking version, not the take, 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 and not the give, give, give. All right, because otherwise it's outside of balance and it's toxic. It's just the long and the short of it. I don't want any more toxicity. I don't want any more narcissistic individuals. I don't want any more abuse. I just want what I give, at least. And really, what I give should be more now than moon cycles past, only because I've done the work, challenged myself, believed in myself long enough to get to the other side of the new version of myself in the new timeline aspect of myself. And only those that are like-minded should be around me. And that's why you see the numbers are what they are for this channel. And that's why you see me in my content. I'm usually alone, all right? Not literally, but physically. And it's for that reason, all right? Yeah, no one wants to read more than 3 lines, so I gotta figure out, I don't know. People don't like to read, but then you give them a full-on tarot message and they don't hear it. It's just, it's like, why are you asking me if you can't even receive it? Like, why are you doing that, you know? And it makes me almost want to say, okay, maybe I'll just keep it down to yes, no. That's a compromise. I like to not be like all half-assed with my readings, yes, no, because, you know, depending on the question you're asking, it's like, oh, will so-and-so come back? Yep, Jeremy's coming back. Maybe the question should have been, should I care that he's coming back? Like, should this be a thing? But nobody wants to actually get to that answer, do they? You know, those type of individuals. You know, they'd rather just find out if they're coming back so that they continue a toxic cycle. Me personally, I don't stand for toxicity. I'm so sorry, you guys. I really don't. I know all about it. I've seen it. I have grown up in it. I have climbed out of it in many aspects. I am not a perfect person, but I know that I am doing a lot of work, and have been for years. And it is not me bragging, because if I had my way, or, you know, if I were bragging, I feel like bragging would sound like I didn't have to do any work. I'm so grateful, right? Like, I feel like that would be bragging. Because to do the work that I've been asked to do would break most people. And I did it physically alone, over and over and over again. Why? Because that's all I had. I had me and God. That's it. But here's the thing, you guys. Same deal for you too, and I know many of you know it. And even if that's you right now, you gotta know that's more than enough. Where you have you, you connect to divinity, which trumps any of this shit all the time, not even sometimes. And not even in a half-assed way. That's why you guys shouldn't be half-assing what you give back to divinity. Is your energetic exchange half-assed? Question mark? How are you gonna be connected to source and half-ass your fucking energetic exchange? Just saying. All right. Now, the divine's not asking for perfection at this or at anything. So take the pressure off. But also, don't not apply pressure in this. You know, some pressure feels real good. You know what I'm saying? Even when it's painful. You thought I was just talking about sex. No. All types of pressure out there. And you should be applying some too. All right? Some of you need to apply the pressure to slow it down, to meditate more. That's pressure. Ask me how I know. Because on the other side of those meditative sessions, boy, you can make some shit shake. You know stuff. You glow. I hate you even more then. Woo. Oh, you're very welcome, Potato 9. Thank you for being here, babe. Love and light, Sophie. Love and light, you guys. Love and light, Fiona. Love and light, Nannies. You're very welcome. And love and light, Carolina. I love that you come to just hang out. That's cool. I really enjoy you guys. Those that really do show up. To be clear, I know we have to have some of these conversations sometimes because it comes up. During those conversations, I'm not of a mindset that goes, everybody in the collective, ... No. I'm very well aware, okay? And I do my due diligence spiritually as well. I send my prayers and petitions, my well wishes, daily and nightly for you guys. And especially those ones that consistently show up. Like, I can't deny you. Like, yeah, no, we're denying you in the sense of, like, I've seen your name come up. We've spoken over and over. You have shared the video. You have told me it resonates. You have encouraged me. Okay. I'm mindful of that. And thank you so much for those that do that and do that consistently. I'm very, very grateful to you all. You guys are keeping me going, man. Because that's just the truth. Okay. And please don't ever feel like I'm not grateful for you guys. Okay. This channel is about us. All right. Now, I'd like to say on a personal, quite unfortunately, you see a lot of content with me in it. I'm hoping that too changes, because I invite you guys every time we come on these live streams, please and thank you, share in the community, all right, on the YouTube channel, share in the Facebook group. Okay. You guys are able to share and share something funny, share something encouraging. Okay. You don't have to share your selfies and stuff, but you can share. All right. So hopefully it doesn't look like, I'm just making a shrine to myself on my page someday, because it's really about us. Just like the live streams are really about us. Okay. Um, Thank you for being amazing. Thank you for choosing to even click on the channel or even subscribing here. All right. I'm very grateful, and I'm doing my due diligence to maintain my consistency, as well as my pace at learning, because really, it doesn't matter who the teacher is and what they're teaching in, whether it's in spirituality or not. That teacher can only take you up to the part where they've been, where they've gone. Okay. And so that's normal. Okay. It's not coming against any kind of teacher. All right. But at the same time, any teacher, all right, really taking their office seriously should continue to learn. Okay. And so you guys taking yourself seriously, even aside from some sort of professional forum or even a social media platform, same deal. You should be learning. Okay. You don't even need a textbook. You're so amazing. You can just sit there with yourself and talk to source, because wherever you sit with yourself, you're sitting with source. It doesn't matter if anyone's around you or if anyone can confirm that for you or not. Okay. So, it's up to you to take yourself seriously enough to do the work. But here's the deal, you guys. You're going to want to take yourself seriously, because if you don't, you're not really going to get to a path where people around you, irregardless of the words that they give you and the energy exchange, they're not going to take you seriously either. It can't, it's just not an energetic vibrational thing that can happen. Just kind of like when I spoke to you guys tonight about pile number one, like this connection being protected, the angels understand that there's like a certain hierarchy here, and this is to be and this is fated. It's just an energetic thing. It's nothing personal. All right. So when you do this personal work, a lot of personal beautification happens for you and your path and those around you. And when you personally make the choice to not do the personal work, that's your choice. And I leave you with that. All right. I love you guys. Keep going. You guys are amazing. There's no way you guys would have found the channel if you weren't capable at this. Okay, especially if you're still with me. All right. I love you guys. Do something nice for yourselves before your head hits that pillow. And by the time it does, remember, it doesn't matter much about for what or why, but to be grateful. Okay. I say it that way, not because you guys aren't normally grateful, but the more you can be specific about how you are gratitude filled, the more the divine will usher onto your path for you to be even more grateful. And I want to even, you know, however distantly, of course, see that for you. Okay. I care about you that much. All right. That's why I'm so passionate. I want you guys to get this, because I want you guys to get what all you came here for, because I know it's going to be even more than what you're expecting to experience. All right. The divine does often like specificity. So when you're putting your prayers and meditations or your vision boards together, get specific. I too have to work on this. I think really it connects again back to that, being worthy space. It's like if you are looking to ask the divine, like it's freaking Santa Claus lap time right now, like about, you know, your perfect lover, there is some balance needed of the perception of self while requesting. Because if you have an improper perception of self, self-worth, self-value, right, you might not request the same. You might say, well, I will settle for, you know, the smoker, right? Somebody that smokes cigarettes, and maybe you kiss them and it tastes like an ashtray. It's like, oh, it's fine, because why is that fine? If that's something that you know you personally don't want to experience, why would you settle for it? Right? And it's not in the sense of like asking, you know, to be like so rigid and so restrictive in the energy of the way that this manifestation of this, you know, lover of a lifetime may come in. But at the same time, what are you saying to the universe and yourself and others when you go, no, it's okay, I'll taste the ashtray, I don't smoke, I can't breathe it, but oh, what? Make it make sense, right? Because somebody who's done the work and somebody who is built up with an empowered understanding of self value, okay, is going to be more readily able to get to that end point that goes, thank you, next, instead of grappling with, okay, well, does check these other boxes, and like, but it's like, dude, that one box though kind of seems like it should be a deal breaker, and you're still trying to ride that fence and whatever else they got to ride. Why? Right? Like, why? You either believe you are able to receive as you ask because you are worthy, because otherwise you wouldn't ask. Or should we even think about whatever else we might be saying when we're in disbelief? I don't think so. I think we should choose to be grounded in our beliefs, whatever that may be. Okay? Just saying. And not in a super restrictive way, right? Of course, continue to go with the flow, but at the same time, make it make sense. Are you being authentic towards yourself when you say to the divine and anyone else and that lover, it's fine, I will kiss your ashtray? Right? And I'm not coming for people that smoke. I'm just saying that's an example. Usually if you don't smoke, and I can say this because I have been around all kinds. I'm just saying, if you don't smoke, chances are you're not trying to lick around in an ashtray. You know what I mean? If you smoke and you know that's how your normal mouth environment moves and feels and tastes, you might not be as sensitive to that type of itemization on a list, right? But to somebody who doesn't, that might be a deal breaker. And that person, if that's you, you shouldn't turn around and be like, okay, never mind, it's not a deal breaker just because things feel good, or just because you're fearing that if you let go of this fish, no other fish will come by. What are you saying when you are believing even those things, let alone speaking those things out to self and others and the universe who's always listening, whether other people around are listening ever, or whether you're listening to yourself? It's very important, you guys. All right. I have a class tomorrow. Wait, hold on. Oh, I think you're talking to Sophie, maybe. All right. You guys, go to bed. All right. But go to bed empowered and hope filled for your tomorrows. Whatever that looks like for you, make sure you envision it before you go to sleep in the highest outcome. Positive Bear comes to mind with the test. Envision getting that freaking A or B or passing grade, right? Depending on the situation, okay? And feel it, and know that you're backed, okay? If you're putting your best foot forward and you know you're doing the work, there's no problem. You're fine, like that guy says. Let me see here. Oh, Sophie, here we go. Sorry, babe. Let's see about JR or Junior. I'm not sure which one that is. Let's see about, whoa. If you want him, you got him. Confirmation. Might be loyal too, since that's a dog. Canine energy. All right. So this is talking about victory and success. It's also giving a yes. But really, you came out first talking about yes, in their opinion. Okay. And getting that you know this. So you should just trust your intuition and act accordingly. Now, that's not a free pass to go chase them down. You know what I'm saying? If you want them, which clearly you do, you're asking about them, then you should attract, which means doing the things that make you feel good and doing the things that make you feel alive in a healthful manner, of course, right? And letting this person come in however the divine's going to see fit that they come in. If they're not normally around you, if they're normally around you, again, same deal. Just, you know, if you're interested, you can show your interest with your feminine attributes. You know, whether guy, girl, what have you. You know, there's ways to use your you know, your mask, your eyes. Okay, there's ways to use touch. Okay, but trying to really kind of grab somebody by the shirt collar and say love me, focus on, you know, it's not, that's gonna push them away every time. Just so sorry I skipped over you, babe. Oh, my class. Oh yes, jujitsu, right? Stop. You know what? I've been hearing in the other readers, they're talking about that. For some reason, I was like, tarot class. I have a class. Yes, class tomorrow. Thank you. Yes. And guess what? Your girl's gonna. Oh, I'm gonna do it. You know what? I'm telling you guys, I really live by this shit. Like, it's like, okay, if you know that you've been working at something, who cares what, right? And then like you're advancing, don't just be the one that goes, I've advanced, guess I'm done now. Like, continue on. Like, what more can you do? Like, even with jujitsu, you guys, right now I'm working on like my technique. It's like I know some of the moves, but like which moves feel good for me, which ones are stronger, that they can be my go-to moves, like things like that, and then just polishing and then repeat, like, you know. So that's the way you make change, you know. It's the way you make waves to so crazy. Some people want to chase people down to like love them and everything, but really they should just be chasing the newer version of themselves, like, because that's what really makes waves, to make people, places, and things around you in your environment to change for the better. It's never like towards your detriment. All right. Yeah, I'm working on it. It's so funny because like I you know, I have been really, really large in life, like in a very physical sense. Long story short, a lot of trauma, okay, and ABUSE and unhealthy habits, and then pregnancy and all that. Okay. So long story short, I am still trying to like get back into like proper real-time perception referable to like spatial awareness, my body, like habitus as it now exists, etc. And you know, those girls have been working with me, so they're so patient, bless them, because they're like, okay, listen, like you got to get out of your head and just like do the move. And like, because I was telling this one girl, I was like, I do not want to take all of the air out of your vessel by accident if I don't catch myself properly and I fall on you, kind of thing, because I'm not used to being like tumbling around on top of people and stuff. Like, I've never, you know. And they're so encouraging, and so like I really am hopeful about like just really, you know, pushing myself, of course, inside of balance, not overdoing it, but pushing myself to consider, because I want more out of the experience. And you guys, you're not going to get more without really kind of pushing yourself. It doesn't really matter if it's just mentally or physically or emotionally, right? So, yeah, I'm excited about tomorrow's class. But that one girl, man, she slammed me so bad on the mat repeatedly. Like, she was supposed to be clear. And it was a lot of fun, to be clear, as well. But man, the day after, I was like, ugh. I was like, what the fuck? Like, you would have thought I was like out tailgating and then got beat up or something. I was like, hold on, I was like, hold on, I didn't even drink. I was like, I did not go out on a night of anything. Like, why do I feel like this? And then I go, oh, jujitsu. It's like every Monday morning. I'm like, oh, jujitsu. And then I just smile because it was worth it. Yeah, no, you don't know. Okay, so the very skinny girl in that one picture, she's blonde. I call her Tinkerbell, but now I call this other girl who was not in the picture because she didn't want to be in a picture. And she's like even smaller. Like she's taller, but her like physical frame is even smaller. And I'm just like, oh my God. But she can, you talk about me kicking ass, those girls will beat ass. Like they literally like discuss things like headbutts and like how like where on the skull to do it because of the teeth and things. Like one class I was like at the end, I was like, something's wrong with us because we're over here snickering like fucking like it was just giving almost like that fucking I don't know why Tim Chalamet's gone up again, but the Bones and All movie, like because they'll talk about like, yeah, you can break a finger and then like and we're all like, oh, like like yeah, okay, we can. Of course, to be clear, um jujitsu, karate, anything is really about controlling the narrative and not escalating. Does that make sense? So to be clear, um just because you can kick ass does not mean you should be in them streets going, who the fuck wants some? Like, you know what I mean? Everything in balance, right? Gotta find those willing people, which I am grateful that the girls are willing. Like we have this joke where like this running joke where we're gonna start our own fight club because I'm like, no, this shit's gotta be real in the moment. And Fiona, the girl that you just referenced, the blonde, she kicked my ass one week because she went all crazy eyes like Harley Quinn. She goes, oh, you want the messy hands, and she just starts walloping my face. And but the crazy thing is it helped me in real time be like, no, fucking like, because otherwise we're in the class going, okay, like there's like these moves and then there's like the names for the moves. So it's really not like real. Like it's like it'll be like motorcycle is one move where you gotta like reach across and like pull up their arm like a fucking bar, like to the bike and crank it down to like get ready to pinch their jugular with like some other body part, whether it's your leg or there's a couple different ways. So, anyways, and when she started actually like fucking me up in my face, it just like it kicked in, like the adrenaline and like the muscle memory just kicked in. It was like it was a lot, it was almost like easier that she was like fighting me. So I asked the instructors, like I made sure to ask the owner. I asked both my instructors separately and apart and together, but also together with the owner, if we can have permission to start actually just like um I think it might be called sparring, light sparring, so that we can get, because my thing is like I want to make sure that like it's in me. Like I don't want to like panic. You guys, and guess what? I mentioned this briefly. I went somewhere the other night and I encountered an unexpected occurrence, but really, long story short, I saw someone. I have to speak in code because I got monitoring spirits, and I don't also know if this other person is watching, but um, I saw somebody who was definitely one of the main reasons. It's so crazy. It was one of the main reasons why I wanted to know jujitsu, because that particular somebody, I literally had to have like intervention on the strength of that connection, and I literally like fought for my life during some of those episodes that that person was having. And yeah, that was crazy. And when I saw that person, you know what, I was still taken aback. I panicked and I had to coach myself. Like I was literally like, use your legs, just go, just walk, just walk, just walk. just walk. And my breathing just changed like that. It was so crazy how quick. And I think about that because I'm like, okay, dude, that's what you really still have to mentally overcome. You can know all the jujitsu you want, but like in the thick of it is the psychological, the emotional, like not just the physical. And you know, my one teacher, that girl, Fiona, that you mentioned, the skinny one, she was helping me because she goes, really, it's not about just the physical fight. It's like in the middle of the physical fight, especially when that shit seems like or feels like it's escalating. She goes, that's when you find your calm and you go to center. And it seems like it's the most unnatural time, the most inopportune time, but it's the most appropriate time, because if you don't do that, then you're setting up the whole foundation to be rocky, and you're just kind of like half-assing it, or really not putting your best foot forward. Then you know, and you know, life is like that too, you guys. You it's like, oh, shitstorm, okay, calm to center. Like, because you going shitstorm, shitstorm, fucking shitstorm is not going down. You're just identifying the obvious, but it's still giving, and then what? Shitstorm, and then what? You see what I mean? I hope this is making sense, you guys. I didn't even mean to go into all this, but George Costanza. He's another one, George Costanza's one. Yeah. Oh man. Rip to the old OGs in the industry, man. I've been missing Leslie Jordan a lot too. I've been looking at him on Will and Grace. He just makes my. I see Leslie Jordan on the screen and I just go, hmm. Like it doesn't even matter. Like I don't even know what he's saying yet or like what he's about to do, and I'm just like, because I know he's bringing the show. I just enjoy people like that. I read his book. It was really good, you guys. The thing, I think what got me too, Fiona, was Love and Light Justin. I just saw you come in there, babe. I think that got the thing that got me too was like just this, the timing. Like the timing, the amount of work, how I'm no longer like the person that was connected to that person. And yet that's not the case for that person. I think that I was just meant to see some things like karmically, but I do want to work on like just maintaining. It's not like I screamed or anything, right? I'm really not like that type either. Like I feel like, I mean, even whenever, you know, like I didn't even scream whenever like he ripped hair out of my head and stuff. But like it's just that I think I was a little taken aback too, because it was like, dude, so you just affected me? Like just me seeing you without you seeing me affected me like that, like in the sense of my breathing pattern like. And you know, I've done so much work to heal. Like I've done so much work to heal, and I've helped other people heal from some of that same stuff. And so it was kind of like almost like I was taken aback, like, oh really? Like not in like an egotistical like, oh, I thought I was just done with everything, but just like oh, taking notes, like wow, unexpected already. And then all of it already, you know. And I mean, this particular individual is the reason why with another individual I accidentally, like, have you ever like been through such stuff and then like I don't know, you meet somebody else and it's like not even the same person, not even the same scenario, maybe not even the same town. All of a sudden, you know, they make a furtive movement, you know, like because they're getting up or off of the couch, or and you just like duck. like like that's normal because it's not normal, right? And so I wasn't hard on myself. I just took the notes and, you know, and just did my best to alchemize and, you know, but that was crazy because just to think of the history that, you know, just to think of everything going on in my life right now. And I'm just convinced that you guys, if you're a good person, and you are, and you've been putting good out there, and you do. All right, you guys even stick it out with these conversations with your girl. Okay, that's doing some form of good work. To be clear, um, that no matter what kind of gets thrown at you, rocks, boulders, okay, um, I think you just need to kind of take it as confetti anymore for the party that ultimately will be um, part of your success story. Because I think that when success is inevitable, um, it doesn't necessarily equate to roses and candy all on your path. It equates to, people trying to get in the way of that path. It equates to people trying to manipulate you. It equates to people trying to to, thwart off that destiny. And it's just, they can't, you know? And that's why when you look back, you see people right where you left them over and over again sometimes. And it's not because, you didn't try to teach, heal, invite, share, and care. It just is what it is. We have our own free will, and that's why I'm very emphatic with the collective when I speak on the collective's free will, because your free will is just as powerful. Okay, and so it's up to you to utilize it in the way that's most powerful for you guys. Okay. Right, when you're in survival mode, it's like get the job done, get the like perceive like get the desired outcome done first, get the task done. You kind of go into like Navy SEAL mode. It's like, but at the same time, I think I wasn't necessarily dealing with a physical recoil, but I almost wanted to recoil in the sense of like just shutting down. And I was like, no, we can't do that. I remember thinking like we can't do that because I'm just like a sitting duck. Because it was almost like by the time I realized, oh my God, that's so and so, I felt like, how you can almost, I'm so weird. Like I can watch somebody until I can see that they feel eyes on them, whether they don't necessarily know that it's me. Maybe it's not even me, like maybe it's somebody else and I'm just watching. But you can see somebody feel eyes on them, and I was like, you gotta, because I noticed my energy strong lately. Like I walk in a store and people they can't not look to see who's behind them. I could be in a group of people behind you, but you're trying to go and you just have to see what's behind you in the very direction that is me, like over and over again. You guys might also notice that you're manifesting like that. It's like, oh, I think I would like to, like this deck. I'm like, yeah, like, but the weird thing is, I thought that everybody was going to remember that we had talked about this. And Fiona was like, maybe it's a different timeline. But that is synchronistic of the times right now. There's a shift, you guys. We're talking about new earth. It's a conscious shift. There's going to be a divide and a split. Okay, so this is why relationships are ending. This is why tower moments are happening. This is why haters hate. Okay, and because at the end, the wheat is literally going to be sifted from the tare. And so you're either going to be continuing to be on the great side of karma and putting your best foot forward and seeing progress in that, or you're making other decisions. And we don't talk about them too much on this channel because they're not on the menu for us. All right? I hope somebody got that. Zane definitely does. You know what? Um, I don't think I would go as far as MMA, but I would like to go a little bit deeper into jujitsu. But at the same time, I don't want to fight. I don't want to fight men. Like I do want to fight men, but not in the sense of tournaments, if that makes sense. And I think it goes back to like whenever I was little, my mom basically was like, well, she can't afford a babysitter, so I had to take karate. And I never been athletic a day in my life. Okay, even as a child, was always very vague as a child and not competent because was very broken down as a child from, like trying to stay alive and, you know, my family and stuff and that and my mom. And it got to the point where in those tournaments, like because I was bigger, it's like I was fought like a dude and they put me with the boys and the boys would just, because I was bigger, they would just like wallop the fuck out of my abdomen with whatever. And I remember repeatedly having the air knocked out of me, and I found out what it's like to have the air knocked out of you from karate. Like nobody said, "Hey, like maybe that could happen." Like I didn't was not athletic enough to have fallen down in a field and just randomly hit a rock hard enough. And I was an only child, so I didn't have any brothers kicking me and and I'm just thinking as an adult and like just trying to overcome some of the things physically that I'm overcoming. I'm like, between that and the egos, like, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm sure Zane can handle himself. He better shoot in that industry. Stuff. Anyways, but I digress. But bump. All right, you guys, I'm done blabbing. I think. Wait, what do you mean? Wait, hold on a second. Wait, what do you mean? Are you talking about Yeshua, or are you just saying? I think the chat might be lagged, or I'm just like tired. But thank you for the hug, Fiona. I really. You guys, if you ever need hugs and you don't have anyone, I don't know if I told you this, but just kind of like rub in here, like it's like like in here, like collarbone into the neck. Or sometimes you don't even need to rub; you can just apply a little bit of pressure. So if you ever see me doing that, I'm okay. I'm just giving myself some love. I know, right? The fucking little bleepities. They knew what they were doing too, and Sensei didn't even seem to. I don't know. I don't know. But also, you know what I like about the owner of Gracie NEPAs? He will not have us call him like Sensei Mastering. He's so funny. He's like, I'm not even done mastering myself. How would I be? How would I be anybody else's master? I was like, smart. That's yeah. Now you're thinking. um, but yeah, I'm excited for next class and some other things. So I really do hope you guys. Oh, I just realized I didn't. Maybe I should make a post for Self Care Sunday. I didn't even think of that. Got ahead of myself. I just want to make sure I came on live stream because I know you guys like the freebies, and I like to hang out with you guys. And if I'm not hanging out with you guys, right, I'm just looking like I'm talking to myself all the time. So figured I should come on. I don't even know if it's, I don't really, the way that I need you to know that I probably should have been laughed at several times by any of my instructors because I'm so not knowledgeable. And so, like, I'm still trying to figure out, like, when I first went there, I was like, oh, that's cute. Maybe that's the owner's daughter's name, Gracie. Like, I had no idea. I was like, oh, okay, Brazilian. Oh, okay. So and I was asking them about like I told you, like if we could fight each other, and here goes me. I'm like, is that grappling? And they're like chewing back the laughter, probably, right? And I'm like, it's light sparring. Okay. They're looking at me like, what are you on? But it's something about, I don't know, it's fun tumbling on the mats. I feel it's good for the body too. Gets juices flowing. um it's all females, but like here's the thing. Uh Sometimes, well, the owner is definitely not a female. And so like I actually not last instruction, but the time before that I actually got a private instruction because no one else came. So I got to use his body Um, which for me, I feel like you guys, it's easier to kick a bigger person's ass than it is a smaller one because like when you're talking about like the carotid artery pinch and things, when skin and bones, there's not a lot of room in there. You don't have a lot to work with to press on. When people have meat to press on that shit, it's just kind of like a thoop, like, you know. So it's good to know, it's good to have practice on different body sizes. And if I recall correctly, I think they were going to work on touching base with some of the members that hadn't been coming for different reasons to make sure that they're still going to come, because there's different body sizes in the women, but also they were going to see if maybe they could get like a random guy or something every now and then that can give us like a run for our money kind of thing, so that when we work up to that, but there's levels to it, you can't really get too far ahead. I'm the way that they're so patient with me, because I'm in class going, okay, but hear me out. You're saying to do this, but then doesn't this leave this body part open for that? And they're like, yeah, but then I'm like, oh, sorry. Because I'm like trying to get ahead of myself. Like, how do we kill the guy? Not really, but the way they talk, it's like, that's the way it sounds. Lovely Anna Cat. Lovely Shara. Ooh, it's Biba. Sorry, Biba. One second here. Hold on. Jesus. The energies, bro. Must be coming up on that per capita on the algorithm, because energies be different, bro. Sometimes when sometimes when our family, our high vibe tribe grows, energy gets a little shifty sometimes. Hold on. Because I'm being guided to cleanse and clear the deck here, Shara. Again, which is not normal, but here we are. And I had prepped everything before it came on, of course, but... Alright, let's see, Shara. Okay, we gotta... that's a yes. Okay, that's a yes. You're going to be going into brighter energy, not as much pressure, excuse me, on the side of passing that. All right, so that's a yes, Shara, and congratulations. All right, let me see, Aniket. Everybody's in school, huh? You already know you do. You already know you know it. Act like it when you take the test, Aniket. Okay. Love and Light Trampsilla Hughes. Is it evening for you? It is super early morning for me, Tramps. I like your name, Trampsilla. All right. Well, you guys, you're very welcome, Aniket. Thank you guys for being amazing. It's midnight. You just like sounding formal. Oh, okay. It's 1:43 a.m. where I am. You know what that means, you guys? It means I love you from the universe. That's the way I look at it. Oh, mud wrestling. That's pretty cool. Gosh, we were just talking about jujitsu, Trampzilla. Do you know anything about that? Fiona's like, interest is peaked. Mud wrestling. Wow. I feel like my skin would itch. Like, I have this thing where, like, if my hands are in dirt too long, it's almost like my skin, I don't know, maybe it just takes the moisture out too fast or something. You would get your butt kicked. You guys, the trick with the self-defense version of jujitsu, not like the actual jujitsu version of jujitsu, but I'm taking self-defense classes, to be clear, and they are based off of jujitsu principled moves. Okay, so it's not all the way a jujitsu class, but you know, maybe one day I will actually like take one of those and see, but we'll see. But I feel like mud wrestling, I'd be like a little distracted at the sensory issues that I'd have with that. What do you How do you deal with that, Trampzilla? Like are you actually like a mud wrestler, or are you talking about maybe it was like some sort of memorabilia from like a mud wrestling situation? Also, you guys make sure that you subscribed here, you guys. Please have hit the like on the video. I get to ask questions for free. You guys have to actually do some jumping through hoops to ask a question of me. Now, let me. Is that the problem? Oh, it was just like for fun. That's cool though. I always wanted to do. I wanted to try having fun in a ball pit, like a clean one, to be clear. Not. God, I've heard horror stories of things that are in underneath those balls, but they just look fun. And I also think it would be kind of cool to I don't know, maybe go to like a trampoline park or like a sky zone or something. Um, because I don't know how you guys feel about this, but me personally, any way that I can kind of like fly through the air and feel weightless, I'm down for that shit. Like I would definitely I want to work my way up to being able to go to maybe some place like Nevada or something and like be like a trapeze artist for the day, like just to, you know, they have it like it's not real, but they have it set up so that you can actually like do what they do and they teach you some of the moves. I think that would be really cool. I definitely want to do that. But I just love that feeling. Like I love wave pools. I'll there's this one park kind of nearby. I have not visited for many, many years. Um, but there used to be a glitch in the way that the water would be waved through this wave pool. And so there was this really abnormally high arcing water point. And of course your girl goes right to hit it like every time. Like, and I just go up, up, up. And I jump, 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 jump. And I just bounce into that wave and ride it all high up into the At one time, there just so happened to be an acquaintance that I had no idea was going to that park that day. This is years ago. I need you to know it's like on this mountain. There's like ski lifts and there's a zip line and everything. A lot of stuff going on. So when you go to get to the water park, you're like on the cliff or like you're like up on the mountain looking down. And this particular like water point or whatever, again, something was wrong with it. Okay, like probably wasn't the safest situation, but I was working it. Okay, and she goes, I looked over and saw you from a mile away because I'm the highest in the pool, like every time. Like I love that. If I had my way, you guys, like if we could just pick superpowers like right off the cuff, I go, I want the ability without the need for craft, vehicle of any kind or motor to fly. And I also want to be able to breathe underwater. So I would just go from sky to sea if I had my way. But let's see here, Trampzilla. Oh my God, no, I missed that. Gene and Bob were stuck. I bet you my kid knows exactly what episode. I'm still manifesting that tarot deck, you guys. If you ever see it, let your girl know. All right. Um, I'm still trying, Trampzilla. We got a yes. Oh, we got a new beginning, and we got stability, and we still got money to eat and to get what we need and to feel good, Trampzilla. All up in that Bridgeport. Okay. Congratulations and yay. I would definitely I was recently thinking about skydiving and I'm like, okay, no, yeah, like I still want to say like yes, I would. I still want to say that. But I also believe that it would be best for me if I had to be strapped to somebody versus going down with somebody. Because there's like, I've seen it done a couple different ways. I would like to be strapped, but then I go, the video of said strapping would just be. So I go, I don't know. And I go, okay, the amount of panic versus pleasure. I go, I'm not sure. I'm sure I could get over the panic. I just hope it would be pleasurable. And I do get nervous because of a parasailing incident. I do get nervous of, think of Blended, you guys, when Drew Barrymore's character had to like get like ground herself and they're like run and she's like my legs are like a corgi like my legs are not like a corgi but I worry about like trying to run down onto the ground after all of that shit. I'm not sure how because when you do it on a boat same deal like you have to catch yourself and like stable and it's really weird to come out of the air and just be on land immediately even though you're approaching land you see it you understand you got to get your mojo working but like because I'd be the one to be like smooth sailing oh you're doing great I know right this is amazing and then like trip over my toes right. Oh, you know why Trumpzilla? Because your roommate or your friend there is a narcissist and is jealous and controlling. Yeah, I get it. Uh, change is just around the bend. Look, I cut it to the chariot. Incoming. Better days, okay? There's more than one option. There's more than one way, right? It's just for us to see it and follow as we see, okay? And really, with this tarot message, you saw, just hear me out, Trent. You saw the new way. You saw the light, okay? So you don't want to act like you unsaw it, okay? Because that's what's going to get you to that brighter days, brighter energy, cleaner energy, all the more faster. And then your health will just be making a rebound, okay? Because long story short, when you're around people like that, it takes a toll, okay? And I'm sorry you went through that. And what I want to say is I'm grateful that you still understand that you were valid in expecting what you were expecting, which was to have your own life and to have your own experiences separate and apart of the connection that you, may or may not have shared with that individual. Because it's never okay to be like, oh, okay, let me just actually give up my whole life for anyone, anything, right? Always and always. It's not. Compromise is a real thing, and that's definitely part of life. The way that change is inevitably part of life. I get that. But if it's compromised to the point where your health and, physical or mental is kind of getting bunched up in there, that's telling of a dynamic that's toxic, you know? Yeah. Yeah, I need you to know that there are others that can definitely resonate with that experience. But at the same time, it's up to us to stay focused on where we're going and not where we are. Does that make sense? Because if you stay focused on where you are, man, that's like if you woke up in one of the Saw bathrooms and you just looked at every tile and all of the blood smears and all of the, and that was even before you went to look for the key that, golly, you just already know is going to be a task to find to escape you from that fucking bathroom, right? It's like just like how Fiona and I were talking about a few moments ago in the chat. When you're in that fight or flight mode, you just kind of like stay focused on the control that you do have, which is always over self, your reaction, your emotions, your words, your time, your effort, okay? And let the rest for the divine to deal with, figure out, change, okay? And you stay focused again on this new path. The offer for the new lease, the new place, the hell, you guys need to get into the mindset of like, what if this is a situation Trampzilla is like, I literally need this new place in order to get out of this other place. Stop it. Because the reality of the situation is the divine can place anyone into your path to say, out of the blue, whether you know them right now, Trampzilla, or anyone who can make sense of this or not, hey, I've got a place, I've got an Airbnb, I've got a way. Now, if you were so stubborn, Trampzilla or anyone else who can make sense of this, to say, no, no, it's got to be the way where I leave the one path and go immediately to the next path, then you're shooting yourself in the foot and you're restricting divine forces working for you. And some of those people that do that turn right around and go, where is God? You know, stay focused on the way out in the sense that you have the way out. You're just walking towards it. Even in the moments of being patient, okay, and maybe even actually compromising, right? I gotta wait until this, I gotta, right? You're still walking towards it, okay? Unless and until you tell yourself, no, that's no longer on the table, it's no longer an option, it's no longer a way out, you're walking towards it. So you can be excited about that, and you can be grateful about it now. And I tell you what, the more you're grateful about that new beginning that you've yet to actually set foot on, the faster it'll come. That's for any one of us, but that's for you, Trampzilla, as well. Much love and light. And speak over your health. You know, do what makes you feel better. If it's changing your diet for a bit, fasting for a bit, you know, getting your body a little bit more alkaline to take some of those energetic hits for a bit, then so do it, because you're an investment always. And you will never return void for you. All right. Now, other people might want to talk about you and say differently, you know, oh, you're a bad investment. I gave you this, that, and the third. You don't give. Let them. You know, you can't waste your energy trying to strong arm the obvious truth out of another who refuses to see it. Okay? Right? And a lot of times for people like us, rest is work. It's like, okay, I'm going to actually not feel guilty about, I'm going to actually lay down. I'm going to actually breathe. I'm going to actually not think about that. I'm going to actually feel calm. Right? It's an investment. Okay? And there's no apology needed for that. And the people that ask you to apologize are the ones that are telling themselves that they are your prime users and abusers. And that's why they're so upset that their services have been interrupted. Right? Be mindful who you're energetically exchanging with, and always, always, always cleanse your energy. Okay? Energy is fluid, and just because you have to cleanse does not mean you're cleansing yourself from demonic forces possessing you. It's talking about that energetic boundary. You took from me? Okay. Well, I'm taking my energy back that I gave to you knowingly and unknowingly. And I'm asking divine to cleanse it upon its return to me. And I'm grateful to give back any energy that I took knowingly and unknowingly from you. There's no problem in that. Cutting cords with people energetically, no problem in that. You can still see them, you can still talk to them, right? You should still be cutting those cords. You can still love them. You should still be cutting those cords. Why? Because unless and until you cut those cords, those are the ties that bind. Unless and until you cut those cords, those are the very cords that will be used to manipulate you and to weaken you and to infiltrate your auric field, etc. Right? Exactly. Stay in your lane. Stay in your bubble. Stay in your sacred space. I need you to know it has nothing to do with a room or a structure. It's where you are. It's where you are. Divinity is connected. And where you and divinity are connected, there's more than enough. There's more than enough protection. There's more than enough energy. There's more than enough hope. There's more than enough love. I can't promise you that everyone around you will be joining in those agendas, paradigms, timelines. Okay? but it's very much a real experience afforded unto you because of who you are and who you connect to, who backs you. Again, if you're still asking, it's divinity, to be clear, okay? Don't let people take from you and you not be the one to take back energetically. Okay, this isn't about money. It's not even about romance. It's just talking about your energy. Some people will see that you've got a bit of creative spark, and they'll want to hang out and they'll want to ask you about things and how you do that, and oh, why do you do that there and you put that there, and oh, well, you never put these things together, and the whole time, it might seem like, sound like, and maybe even feel like, because you're starved for companionship, camaraderie, somebody to give a fuck. I get it, right? The whole time they're using you, they're studying you, and it's to either manipulate or to duplicate. They think they're going to copycat off you. They think that they're going to get your heartstrings to be tugged enough so that you will give unto them from your bosom, as it were, right? All of these things, and they never really add up to you being loved by these individuals. It's all about service. It's all about the perception of how valuable you are for their specific selfish needs, dare I say. Love and light, Heidi. And it's not ever about, oh, I care for you. People can say those things, but energy doesn't lie. People do. And I was watching this reel earlier today, well, yesterday now, you guys, and it basically said, if you ever have a friend and there is some sort of like misunderstanding, there is some sort of miscommunication, there is some sort of break in the connection, the communication, and that friend never desires to clear it up, get to a resolution, they were never your friend, and that's why. Isn't that crazy? Because when you track that back, that makes sense. That actually is damn sure 2020 hindsight. Clarity. Heidi, do you have a question, babe? I'm going to hop off. If not, we were on a live stream for like 29 hours, and I don't even know why we're still here. But, as the spirit leads. So, not to call you out or make you feel awkward, but if you do have a question, I didn't want to skip over you, if that makes sense, and be like, okay, bye, right? But I need you to know, you need to know the live stream rules in order to properly ask the question. We're all going to know if you know them or not. The way that you ask the question is why I mentioned that. So I will give you a bit of time here. Let me know if you do have a question for the free yes no tarot. If not, that's cool too. No pressure. All right. Yeah, those are manipulative tactics, Trampzilla, right? If I had my way, everybody would just have peace, joy, contentment, health, wealth, sanity. I just want that around me too. Like, I want that for everyone, and I also want it like around me, because who wants to be the only one that sounds and feels sane in a world where everyone else is going, we're all mad here. It's like, okay, but like, we're just staying stuck. Right? Can't be the one. I don't want to choose to stay stuck. Oh yeah, you're very welcome, Trent Solo. Thanks for coming on, babe. All right, so Heidi is not with us, I guess. All right, cool. We can all get off here and do what we were gonna do anyhow. All right, I love you guys, and thank you, Fiona, for being amazing. And you know what? Hugs right back to you, on behalf of myself, at least. All right, and Fiona deserves hugs too, man. I'll back that 1010% every time. All right, I'm virtually hugging you all, I promise. And you guys don't forget how to do it yourself. It really does help. Sometimes even if you can't get to sleep, it's like I don't know, it just kind of helps you lull a little bit. All right, do what works for you guys. What works for one might not work for all. I get that, but you guys know on this channel, I definitely try to share what I know works for me. Because I also feel like I'm not necessarily the person that like, oh, it works for you, it's definitely gonna work for me. Like I'm like, oh, this works for me, like yay, you know. So, and you know, it's up to you guys to figure out Fafo, if you will. All right, I love you, and until the next time, please know that you're amazing. Love and light.